go live.
Oh, all right.
Because mine's
Did you get
always...
my message, Justin?
Your message? Yeah, I actually have the video I can pull up so you guys can look at it.
Huh?
Which one is that?
It's okay. So what happened was on my Air 2, all my quick shots are coming out fine, but for some reason, every time I take a hyperlapse, it comes out super dark when I download it from the drone.
Oh, I saw that.
And I can't
Is it
figure out
manual?
why.
Have
You're
you set,
live, Jim.
have you set your drone to manual and got your exposures before you start that or not?
Well, I don't ever mess with the camera settings at all. So I mean,
Well, give that a crack, mate.
I have to go back and check, but
They were so dark you could hardly see them.
but the thing is if I
The
take
lens
one,
cap off.
the thing is if I take one quick shot and then literally 10 minutes later I do the hyperlapse, the one looks the astro, the world one where it goes up, that one looked fine. 10 minutes later I did a 5-second hyperlapse and it just looks like shit.
That's weird. What time of day was that? Obviously during the day.
Middle of the day.
Okay. Yeah, just give it a crack again. Go into manual settings and set your exposures. Because you can only do shutter speed on that, can't you?
But this is here. I'm gonna put it in the chat so Jim can pull it up because it does something else too. Like it flickers really bad.
No, all right, you got an issue there somewhere.
Yeah. I thought you had an ND filter on the damn thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Put an ND4 on it, maybe.
Let's say hello to Jody. Robert Glazier. Always good seeing him.
JD
Four-eyed canine.
Yeah,
Robert Glazier.
Yep.
JDS flying. Canuck. It's Canadian.
He
Jack Rabbit.
He's the first one here. JDS. It was always the first one here.
What's up, JDS?
There. I saw him early.
I hope Stevie Capture Life Connection makes it in.
I put the link in the chat, Jim.
Because
I'm already.
he did a video on the V-Coptr, which I want to play, and I at least want him to know it. Let a brother know you played this video, right? Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Something I wanted to talk to you about. Okay. Arizona Drone Dude. What's up, buddy?
Hey, David.
Okay. I'm watching Philip Bloom. I was wrong. I thought the Mavic 3 was using the LiDAR to get the whole frame and shot. I'm wrong. That's the Ronin 4D with the X9 camera. This thing is using that. Remember we talked about whatever it's using to focus the shot, but you have to focus it. It's not a tap to focus. The Mavic Sin 3.
That hasn't got a tap to focus.
That you watch that Philip Bloom video like I did, right?
Yeah. Well,
you have to focus this thing when you're going in course because it actually gets bokeh.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It would. I must have missed that bit. There's no tap to focus.
You're tapping to show it the subject you want. It's not auto-focusing to that subject.
So what's the point in tapping it?
You're telling the camera where the main point of the
subject.
What's up? The subject or your point of interest is.
So why do that if it's not focusing on it?
Dude, I didn't make the camera.
No, I'm just asking. It doesn't make sense to me at all.
No, I don't know. And he was going into macro mode and manually focusing.
Macro's fine for manual focus. You're going to have to.
This is what he talked about, man. He said when you touch, he calls it touching the screen. So if you watch his video, he just calls it touch. But that's obviously, hey, Kelly. Dollinger, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Marcel just dropped a super chat.
I see that. And Marcel turned me on to buying the gel pad for this seat, which is saving my ass literally.
Hey, Matt, pull that link up for me.
Mm.
What
Your
makes you think we're going to play your link?
Because I want you guys to look at it.
I got it.
Good.
God, you're like a woman. He's worse than a woman. It is pitch black, though.
I've got it there, Jim, if you want to play it.
Yes, I do, because it keeps pulling it up.
Oh, you've got it
already. No.
Well, it's there if you want to pop it up.
Yeah, play yours.
Oh,
This is all right. Now, Justin, what are your drone settings?
It's on auto, and like I said, I did the world shot literally 5 minutes before this. Didn't change anything.
Oh
and
shit!
This is the way they're coming out.
Oh man,
that's horrible.
It's only the hyperlapse shots that look like this. This is the third one I tried to do, and it came out like this.
How many pictures did that take for that? 120?
125.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's no ND filter on it, and that was midday.
wow.
That was midday?
Yes.
Wow.
Need
But
to
it's
open
the
up
only.
your ISO, maybe.
What
Well,
were you
it's the
Wait
only-
a minute. Let Kelly go. He's the professional.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kelly. He's doing a hyperlapse with no ND filter.
What platform were you flying?
The Air 2. And I did the asteroid, the world shot, literally 5-10 minutes before I did this. Didn't change anything. But this is the third one that I've tried to do where all my videos and all my other quick shots came out fine. But this is the third one I tried to do that came out like this.
Wow, wow.
You know what? That's an issue straight out of the bat. Number one, the fact that if it's set an exposure at this darker level, then okay, it's set an exposure. But what it's actually doing is during that exposure is actually taking a few photos there, which are correct exposure. If you notice, it's hard to get one frame out of this. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Frame forward.
Yeah, you can see where it flashes, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Push the dislike button on that already. Fucking.
It's unlisted anyway.
How come it only gave us 5 seconds?
Because that was as long as I took. It was 125 pictures just to get 5 seconds.
Wow.
Can you frame one frame ahead in YouTube or not? No answer. That'd be no.
I mean, unless you drag the bar till you can try to get to it.
Yeah.
I want to try and get one of the bright shots.
Yeah, where's that one where it flashes?
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, it hasn't shown it.
Now, on every other mode, it worked fine?
It works fine. But this is the third time I've tried to do this, and it's came out like this. Even Al was scratching his head when I put it in the messenger, our group chat thing we have.
Yeah.
Even he thought this was after editing. I said, no, this is straight from the drone.
I didn't say it. I thought you had an ND filter on it.
No, it doesn't have any ND filter on it.
Regardless of the fact if it had an ND, if it's in auto, it would have adjusted itself for that ND.
Ah,
that's
right.
way too dark.
That's unless it's a 64 and it just wasn't bright and there was no way. But in saying that, it would have pumped the ISO like a mother. You don't want that anyway. I'm trying to find just a bright. I want to see how bright this. Look, it shows a bright one there. Okay. Fuck, it's hard to pick it. It is. It's like one photo.
Yeah. And the thing is, he did nothing wrong. He didn't change anything, is what he's telling us.
Yeah, because I did. Yeah, because I did a 6-minute flight video, and then I did the asteroid shot in this one, all within like a 20-minute period. Everything else came out perfect except for this.
Do me a favor. Can you get GPS in your house at all? Inside your house?
Probably.
Okay. do a hyperlapse in your house, mate, and see what that comes out like. Just do a 3-second one or 4-second one or whatever it is, the lowest one is, and see what it does. And then if it comes out dark again, manually adjust it. But I'm saying that it shouldn't be like this. There's something wrong with it, all right? But if you wanted to get a manual exposure on and see if that makes any difference either. But no, that shouldn't be like that at all, man. There's something weird. Dark.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's just like, because like I looked up online on Google, YouTube, trying to see if anybody else has ever had that same issue. I can't find nothing. This is almost like Jim's driver thing for his Pro 2.
Let me ask. Let me ask you. That's a hyperlapse, isn't it? Or is it called something else?
No, it's a hyperlapse.
Hyperlapse, 5 seconds, 125 pictures.
Isn't there another name for them? I'm not saying it's for that, but
you're talking about panos or something?
No. There's one called a hyperlapse, and there's another one called a. It's not a prolapse.
No, we're not talking sex. Not yet. Not yet.
Already said, no, give us a couple of minutes, mate. We've got to get through this first.
What happened to Kelly?
Freaking Marcel.
Have you tried removing the sticker off the lens? Hyperlapse.
Yeah, Art said remove the lens cap.
Hyperlapse.
You never heard of hyperlapse?
Yeah, I have, but there's another name for it.
Yeah, it's actually two names: hyper, and then lapse. Like you're having a brain lapse.
Yeah, right, mate.
Like even my iPhone has hyperlapse, and that's what it says, hyperlapse.
Yeah.
The
Does your drones?
The lens.
I can't remember what it's called. No, there's another one because the 2 Pro isn't called hyperlapse. It's called something else. Come on, someone in the chat. I can't remember. I don't use it that often, so I can't remember what the name
of it is. I don't use any
is.
of the modes, and I wanted to talk about that tonight because they took away course lock and home lock modes.
Marcel, it shoots perfectly in other modes. All the other quick shots, it doesn't do this. Because I think there's 6 quick shots on the Air 2, if I'm not mistaken. I think 6 or 7.
Yeah, no, he said he tried it. You had just done other videos, right?
Yeah, I just did a 6-minute video, and then I did the asteroid shot where it does the 360 shot of the world, like it pans up.
Right.
Worked fine. But this was the 3rd time I've attempted a hyperlapse in the past like 2-3 weeks, and then all 3 of them came out like that. Oh, everybody in the
next door to show you how to set the camera up.
Look, I came here for help, and the chat's just turning on me. Bunch of assholes.
What did you expect in this live show?
Yeah, we always tease the dumb ones. Hey, Jim.
I caught that. Marcel, I'm going to pull yours up, brother, after we're done talking about. I don't know why that would go wrong other than I would normally want to say something with the sensor, but obviously that can't be true because you did a 6-minute video before that and it worked fine.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, can you control? I don't use hyperlapse. Can you control the shutter on hyperlapse?
You can set your exposure in manual. You've got to be manual, obviously. You can do that, and you can set your exposure. What I have done in the past, especially with sunrise,
Here's what I found.
Oh, shut up! Especially with sunrises and stuff like that, is that I've done it a couple of ways, and I've done it manually. So I've set to an exposure where the beginning of the hyperlapse is actually a little bit too dark. But as the sun pops up, the exposure comes in, so you can see everything you need to see. So that gives it that sort of silhouette effect and then go into it. And I have put it in auto, but what auto does is it exposes to the light that's there. So as the hyperlapse is being created, your ISO's all over the place and all this sort of shit to try and get these exposures. So the beginning of the hyperlapse is extremely noisy until the ISO starts to pop back down to where it needs to be, around about 100. So I didn't really like that too much.
Show that one more time because Lauren Dunauer's here, and I want him to see that.
Well, one thing you got to remember too, Jim, is like the Air 2 doesn't have all those camera settings like the Pro 2 does. Like I can't go in.
No, you don't need it. No.
Right.
You don't need it. What you're talking about, the difference there is aperture, right? So chuck that aside. You've still got your shutter speed and ISO you can play with for exposures.
Yeah.
So when you when you go into your manual mode, you can set obviously exposures
Put
with
the
your
video back up, Matt.
I will in a second after I've finished
Oh my
fucking talking to
God.
him.
Oh no, he has to talk first. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
right, because some people have got an attention span longer than a 2-year-old, and they can actually hear what I'm talking about.
Who does?
Well, not you.
Oh,
I'm not talking about you. But anyway, what was I talking about?
oh my God.
Well, stop interrupting me.
Where's the share? Got so many stupid share things now.
Anything you do share is stupid. Here we go.
All right, Lauren, this is the one we're talking about. He did a hyperlapse, and this is how it came out. After he's got no ND filter, after he just did a 6-minute video that came out normal.
So you could have played this without being a fuckhead.
Yeah, because I just pulled it up.
And it was midday too. This wasn't like in the evening or anything.
And now, what drone was this again?
The Air 2.
The Air 2, not the Air 2S.
Said it 10 times already.
I'm saying it for the benefit of others, you idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
What is the flickering though?
That's what I can't.
No.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like crap.
No one else can see the flickering, Jim.
Oh, well then you better see
You're
a
in
doctor.
trouble. You better go see a doctor.
Just right there. I know you were trying to catch that, right, Matt? The flickering.
Yeah, couldn't do it, mate.
No.
Be very interested to see it. But obviously a different exposure and a couple of frames there. So
No,
But
the
no,
camera
all
is
right.
not manual.
Kelly, what's happening on your end, brother? You keep popping out.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've been losing my internet here at the house a few times. Hopefully it stays.
sorry?
It is what it is, you know. Technology, it sucks.
What's going on, Kelly?
He's having internet problems.
A little bit of internet problems. I think we probably got it resolved now. I blew a couple breakers at the house.
Oh wow.
I did.
Hang
yeah,
on.
kind of
What
weird.
she said.
Yeah,
Hang on,
right.
Hang on, Kelly, what's going on?
What I'm curious as to what's going on with Matt's video here.
Not
That's
mine.
my video.
It's Justin's.
I'm sorry, it's Josh's.
No,
Yeah,
Justin is
Justin.
Just
That guy right there.
is the guy.
so what's
above.
going on? It's hyperlapse with the what? What drone are you using?
The Air 2. And I did a 6-minute video and an asteroid shot and this one all within like a 20-minute period.
What time of
And-
day are you doing it?
Midday.
Why is it so damn dark?
I
Right.
don't know. Everything else came out fine. The asteroid came out really good, and so did the 6-minute video. But this is the third hyperlapse I've tried to do, and this is all. It came out all 3 times.
Wow.
See, I'd normally want to say the sensor, but no, because you did 2 other videos.
So, and I'm guessing you guys have probably already covered this, and I don't know because I'm kind of late to the show. But did you have a filter on?
No,
Wow. What
I
is
actually
going
took.
on?
I don't know. I actually took the ND4 filter off before I went flying.
Did
'cause
you
it was a
go
little-
straight no filter?
Yeah, it was straight no filter. Everything else came out great. And then I downloaded all the videos, and then this, like I said, this is the 3rd time I've tried to do one in the past couple weeks, and this is how all 3 of them came out. But every other quick shot on the drone comes out beautiful.
Mm.
What's your shutter speed?
It's on auto, man.
Yeah, everything was set to auto. I don't really mess with the camera settings on my drone.
All right, let me ask the dumb question. What SD card did you use?
Oh, question.
It was the Extreme. Let's see.
Was it the red and
Was
black
that-
one?
Yeah, it was the 128 gig one.
No, that's not the speed. Is it red and black?
Yeah, it's the Extreme one.
Extreme Pro. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what we use in our Mavic 2s and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
So unless it is a faulty card, might try a different SD card. Good idea there, Lauren.
Hold that thought, Matt. I actually thought about that when
But you didn't do it.
No, the first two I did actually came out on the SD card like that. This time, all this video was shot on the 8 gigs of memory on the drone.
Oh,
So two of them came out like this on the memory card. This one came out straight from the drone's memory. As I had already thought of that.
That might be your problem right there.
don't use the drone memory.
Right.
Well, no. He's already had the problem with the SD card, so he took the SD card out, used the internal, and he got the same issue. So it's not an issue with the card or the write of the onboard memory. It's an issue with the quick shot itself. It's not getting exposures correct by the sounds of things. Is that right, Justin?
Yeah, it sounds like it might be some kind of software issue.
Okay, yeah. So it's not his memory issue, whether it be card or internal. It's just having an issue with the camera itself.
So Justin, everything else is coming out just fine,
Right.
but this hyperlapse is not.
Right. It's just the hyperlapse mode that's not coming out right.
Well, now, and this is a Mavic Air 2.
Yes.
So now I think tomorrow I'm going to go fly my Mavic Air 2 and do a hyperlapse to see what happens.
Well, you shouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, nobody else has had a problem.
You know, maybe I can duplicate it, you know. If it's a duplication, then we have a software issue, and we could approach DJI about that.
Well, hang on. When was your last update, Justin? Did you just do an update on anything?
It was about, I want to say 2 weeks ago. I did an update, 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay, but no one else is reporting this, eh?
No, I've looked online. I haven't been
a
able.
couple of weeks ago myself.
Is there any metadata on the video? Do you have media info that you can right click and check? Might have said error on it. Justin?
Reload the firmware. Yeah, good idea. I want to
I'm
reset it.
not sure on that, Jim. Not as technical as you guys are with all that shit.
No, you can right click on it and see if it says there was an error or something like that.
On the actual file itself.
Yeah.
I'll see you, Marcel.
Okay.
He said you should upload it to the cloud because it might be brighter up there.
Yeah, I did. I saw that.
Well, he's being a little smart ass in the chat.
You're right.
Reading his comments.
You got to admit, Justin, it's funny.
Yeah.
He's taking over Gary's spot tonight.
Or it could be that bad haircut you got.
Yeah, I'm afraid it is a drone issue that's going to require repair. That's $300 gone.
Or it's like like we said too. Kelly said it could be a software up from an update recently too.
That's what I'm thinking it is.
Did
And
they
you
do
know-
another? Did they do another update?
Yeah, about 2-3 weeks ago, I got an update on it and did it.
Oh,
Exactly.
for God's sakes!
And that's about when this started, so that's why I'm not sure if it. But like I said, I looked online on Google and on YouTube, and I haven't been able to find anything about anybody saying they've had issues with this.
Hey, I wonder if we could brighten that up in DaVinci. Be honest with you.
Odd, Justin. I don't know, man. That just seems like total camera issue.
Yep.
Like even Al was kind of perplexed by it when he was looking at it in Messenger,
Man,
because he thought I messed with it after I downloaded and edited it. He thought I edited it like that. I said, no, this is straight from the drone. I didn't do anything
did
to it.
you maybe by chance reload the firmware?
No.
So you haven't tried that yet, and they don't let you go down anymore, right? You can't go down to the prior firmware, right?
No, once you update, you're stuck with that firmware.
But you could reload it. Maybe it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
a hiccup in the reload or in the upload. Try reloading it once.
Yeah, because I know you can go into the settings and you can delete it and then re-upload it. So I'll try that and see.
Give that a shot. I know I had a little faux pas myself. If y'all want to hear,
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, do
So-
tell.
a buddy of mine. So I have a Mavic Air 2.
Wait, you have a buddy?
I do. Yeah. Matt's a buddy. Justin's a buddy. You on the other hand are yet to be determined. Anyway, I got a buddy that's got a Mavic Mini. It's the not a Mini 2, but just a Mini, and he hasn't been flying it, and it's just been sitting in his wherever at his house, and just been sitting there. And I said to him, I said, you know what, Joe, you got to fly them, man. They're happy when they fly. You can't just let them sit on the counter and just sit there. You got to fly them because you got to be happy. And he's like, well, shit. Why don't you fly it? I'm like, well, I'll buy the son of a bitch from you if you want. I mean, whatever. So he's like, okay, well, here, take it. I'm like, all right. So I got this Mavic Mini 2, or this Mavic Mini, and I've not paid for it yet. And he's not asking a lot for it because he's a buddy of mine, like $200. So I take it, and he's like, just pay me whenever. I'm like, okay, fine. So I take this sumbitch, and I put it in my house, in the living room, and I update everything and just get it all set to go. And I launch this bitch inside my house. I literally fly it like 5 feet from my living room through my dining room, and it goes above the top of my dining room chair,
Table.
the kitchen chair,
And it went
and
up.
it goes up because of the sensor, and then it goes to the right, and I fucking lose control, and it hits my hutch, and it crashes to the floor, and I break the arm.
Oh.
Oh,
So now I got this Mavic Mini sitting in my workbench downstairs, and I have a right front arm on order from Amazon with the tools to be able to fix it coming. They should be here on the 9th, and I have to fix it. And I'm not telling them shit until after I fix it, because then I'll feel really bad if I do. So after I get it fixed, I'll tell them, hey, dude, I crashed the drone.
well, you can tell them it's not all right.
It
Oh
happens.
my God.
It happens. And the only reason I think I crashed the drone was
And you,
when I was flying it indoors, I didn't realize that I'm not going to have the GPS satellite like you would outside. And I think that's why I crashed it.
Jim, didn't you introduce him earlier as the professional?
Yeah, well, in photography, yes.
not drone fly.
Kudos, Matt.
Sorry, mate.
Because that sonar sensor started off with the Inspire 1. If you were 26 feet or below, close to the surface, that drone would do all kinds of shit. It liked to be way above water and stuff like that.
That's what this Mavic that's what this Mavic did. It went all sort of shit. Mike says broken arm, but it's happy. It is.
Super glue the thing and then bring it back to them and say, hey, what's this crack in here for?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right? Why do you have this crack right here?
Yeah.
Like, maybe, I guess I'll just fix it. I mean,
Yeah.
You say it's for heat expansion.
YouTube University, it doesn't look like it's much of a fix. It's just a matter of desoldering and resoldering is all it's going to be. So I'm okay with it.
Hey, Ron.
Hey.
Long time no
Hello.
see.
Hey, Ron.
Do wrong.
Kelly, what's
What's going
happening?
on, buddy?
How are you?
I'm tuned up, man.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Ron, you're looking a little chipper tonight.
Mm.
I got a little sleep today. It helps. Sleep is a
He
wonderful.
almost, Kelly almost had a Mavic too.
What's that?
I was telling him you almost had a Mavic too.
Almost.
No, that Mini.
Oh, the Mini?
Yep.
I have a Mavic Mini, and now I have I had a Mavic 2, and now I have a Mavic Mini that I have to repair.
It's disabled.
It's just
Like me.
I put it on the bench for a while.
It's a little Social Security.
Right.
Hey,
Ronnie,
Yeah.
you were asking, was it yesterday or today or whatever about, you were doing a couple high frame rate videos in slow.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah, the quick
Yeah.
shots, the hyperlapse.
I'm sure you just have your ISO turned down. I actually have an HFR setting on one of my cameras, and yeah, you got to sit there and test your ISO.
Well,
You
that's the
probably
thing
need to
though,
break
is like all within a 20-minute period, I did a 6-minute video and I did an asteroid shot, quick shot, plus this. This is
No,
the
is
only
this
one
outside-
that came out like this.
Is this during? Yeah, it's during the day, huh?
Yeah, this is midday. This is around like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Huh.
And
Did
we
you have
all
a
went.
manual or automatic?
Auto.
Hmm.
But it's doing it's not like it's dark and it's just a nice constant picture. It's flashing like crazy, like it's messing up somewhere. As you can see the
Right.
flashing in the video.
Yeah.
you certainly can.
What was your
Like-
frame rate on that?
I want to say, I think it's what is it, every 2 seconds or something? It's 125 pictures crammed in together.
Was it a hyperlapse or a
Hyperlapse.
okay, a hyperlapse. Okay. Hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
We haven't come up with anything yet because he's went through the ISO, the shutter, no ND filter on it, and what else did we? The SD card was correct, but he had just updated. You had just updated the firmware, right?
Yeah, yes. I had done it about two or 3 weeks ago, and like I said, the 3 hyperlapse shots that I've done over the past few weeks, all 3 of them have come out like this, but everything else I've done has come out perfect. It's just this hyperlapse mode that does this.
You know what? I'm kind of guessing from what I'm looking at here on the internet that it's not a firmware issue.
Did you find something?
No, this is the thing. If I can't find anything, then it's a problem isolated to your drone.
Yeah.
If I could find a shitload of info, then obviously it's a firmware thing or there's an issue genetically with it. But I can't find a bloody thing.
Well, and there's some people in the chat, there's 2 or 3 people have already said that they're going to go out and fly theirs tomorrow because they just recently did updates. And I don't think, how most people don't actually go out and use the quick shots very often. A lot of people forget about them when they're out flying.
Right.
And so a lot of people I don't think have really messed with it lately because, like I said, there's a few people in the chat said they're going to go out and fly theirs tomorrow and check it just to see. Same with Kelly. He said he was going to do that too.
Yeah, I'm going to go out tomorrow because I got tomorrow off. So what the hell?
Well, I mean, I'm kind of guessing that over the last 2 weeks, if it is a firmware update, that the thousands and thousands upon thousands of people who have updated their drones, one of them would have done a hyperlapse and reported an issue. I don't know, man. Hopefully it is a firmware issue and it's, that it does take over more than just your drone. How old's your drone?
About 6 months. 6, 7
Is it
months.
still under warranty and all that sort of shit?
I mean, I don't have the DJI refresh on it.
No, but it's good for a year anyway,
under
right?
warranty though, isn't it?
It should be, yeah. I think they have, a 1 year on it, Jim?
Okay. Well,
I thought
that's
so.
yeah, it's 1 year. Well, yeah, okay. Well, I'd be definitely looking at returning it. That's for sure. If
That's
it's not a
always
firmware thing.
Well,
Well, as a
even
Yes.
even if it is firmware though, then that would still be a manufacturer issue.
Look
Well,
at
that's
this.
right.
Look at this.
Lauren's going to give it a shot.
He's going to try it tonight and see if it comes out dark.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Good luck
That's
with
what I
that,
said.
Lauren.
That's why I said
It'll
I
be
came in.
dark.
I came in here for help, and I'm getting nothing but smart ass comments in the chat.
Oh, come on, man. Of course you are.
Like Mike and Marcel, they're just like they're on a roll right now.
This is why
Well,
you
you
shouldn't
lost
let your
your,
drone drink.
You lost your credibility as soon as you slammed into that live pole, though, Justin. So you've got to build yourself back up again.
Somebody
Like
said
Jim, 2 years later, he's still paying for the palm tree
The damn magenta.
and the magenta. Yeah.
Yep.
even Jack said that I bought a broken arm drone for $200.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I was going to
Yeah,
ask you
let's
if you're flying,
look
doing
in
any
the
more
memory bank.
flying indoors.
What's that, Ron?
I was going to ask you if you're doing any more flying indoors.
Not lately, man. Not after I broke that drone. I
Well,
don't
let's talk too, Rob.
but I was able to find a drone arm and some of the equipment to replace it on Amazon. It should be here on the 9th. So,
I mean, Ron got proficient in climbing trees. He knows what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
we do. We do know that.
I tried climbing and I had to get a bucket truck. It was
That's
too
because
damn far.
Ron would have climbed right up there and got it for you.
I'm telling you, I had that ladder up there. It was with the extension. So they're 12-foot ladders, right? So that's 22 feet up. There was no way in hell this bird was coming off that limb.
If anything, I just joined the club, Matt. I mean,
Tell me what the point of this is.
What the fuck? Is that
What
a
is the
pro?
point? What is the point of this?
Wow.
Why?
Is that a Mavic Pro?
No. It's an Air.
Why
that's
would-
an Air.
why
That's an
would
Air
you
too, isn't it?
go on it?
Yeah, it's an Air 2. Yes.
Why would you put the GoPro underneath it?
I have
That's
no
my
idea.
question.
Well, number one, you don't know what you're looking at, unless can you stream that image from the GoPro to anything?
Nope.
Can you
Oh,
do
unless
that?
you have Wi-Fi on.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
you can do that to your
Wi-Fi
telephone.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't move the angle of it.
Nope. No
I don't
gimbal
know.
on it.
I don't know what the point is.
Why not just use the Mavic 2's camera?
Well,
Well, it's the Air 2, so maybe he was wanting to see if the GoPro 9 was a better picture than the Air 2.
I would think they're about equivalent.
well, you can do that without strapping on the drone, surely.
Right.
You know,
I'm
That
guessing.
would be a
man.
GoPro 6
I'm trying to help
Yeah,
the guy
because
out.
that GoPro is upside down.
Me, that's just somebody that just wanted to do it just to do it.
yeah,
I
because
got
that's
that
got
joke.
stabilization on it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay. Very limited distance. Yeah. Okay. There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm like, whatever. If that's what you want to do, then I'll by all means do it. Other than that, there's no sense.
It's weird. Oh, it just came up as I was searching for the Air 2 issue, and this came up here with a GoPro hanging off it, and I'm thinking, well, number one, he should clean that lens. But anyway,
I was watching a video this morning on Paul Hodges' show, Paul Murray, and this guy has a wing that does 316 miles per hour, and the way they launch it is they hook it onto the bottom of a matrice, take it up a couple hundred feet, and then they release it.
Really?
It was
Has
really
no
cool.
motor?
It
They,
was two
they
bars.
released what?
It's like a winged FPV thing,
Oh,
but it
sure.
does 316 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
Let me see if I can find it again. I'll post the link in the chat.
Can't see the point of that.
No, neither can Marcel here. I don't understand having a GoPro on a DJI. Not ever since the Phantom 2.
Well, that's right. Yeah, you needed one.
Yeah. Does
But
he have
that's-
enough air conditioners in his backyard? What the hell was that?
I think people just like to attach a lot of different camera options to the Mavic, and just
Whoa.
I mean, it's whatever.
lucky you corrected yourself.
Caught yourself, yeah.
Correct myself,
Yeah.
right?
Or else we'd call you Tim Jackson.
That's right. What's his name too? Dre said it once too.
Oh,
He's
he
got a
did.
habit of slipping. He did. He's got a habit of slipping that one out too. And when they advertise in secondhand markets and all this sort of thing, they're obviously using autocorrect and all that, and they're always Magic 2 Pros. Magic. Yeah.
Magic's really Magic.
Magic 2 Pro, yeah, because they do an autocorrect thing and
Yeah.
they just put Magic in there.
The damn phone.
So yeah, there's a lot of them. Magic 2 Pros.
Justin, were you showing? Did you have another video you wanted to show, or were you showing that link? Where the hell did he go? I'm talking to somebody who's not even there.
I think
Forget
he
it.
was going to go get a clip of something.
Marcel, which one do you want me to play? The
Jim's droning. Justin, yeah, he's got the Extreme Pros, mate. They're the ones that we use on well, I use anyway. A lot of people do use it on their Mavic 2s and all that sort of stuff.
Find the DJI Mustang.
And when it comes down to it, when you're doing a hyperlapse with a drone, it's not really fast photography. You know, you're not like taking 100 shots in 2 seconds. You know, it's a very Jesus Christ. It's a very
Oh, thank you.
What in the
That
hell?
was one fine video, Justin. Thank you. I'm the keyboard Elvis. Thank you very much.
yeah. The what Elvis?
Oh, the keyboard Elvis.
Keyboard Elvis.
Keyboard.
key blur is more like it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God,
I can't.
it sounds just like him.
Thank you. Hey there,
Chris.
Chris.
So
Good
Matt
to
and
see
I-
you, man.
Chris Hope, how are you, mate?
Justin, all
We
right.
got hope now.
Mr. Kelly, I don't guess
Oh.
I met you, have I? Nice to meet you, Kelly.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Good. I think
Yeah,
we
I'll
met
look.
one time before, didn't we?
Sir,
I think you and I met one time before, didn't we?
we probably crossed paths as old as we are.
I think we met on Matt's podcast, didn't we?
We probably did. It just depends on what time of the night he was on Matt's podcast that I'll claim it.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
That Matt after hours is I'm a little leery of it.
Yeah, as am I.
Just my little friend wanted to pop in and say hi.
Yeah, what's he going to make sandwich now while you're on the live show?
What are we watching here?
This is Marcel.
Hey, Marcel. Hello, everybody in chat.
I wanted to see the indoor whooping, but I couldn't.
Details are hidden. You go again, Jim.
Yeah, I know. Every damn time, right? See the last pack with the indoor tech. This is Stevie's. Anyway, I wanted to see this V-Coptr.
All right, another sunrise drone session.
See, he's got the right time of day. Good on you, Stevie.
Mike Roach, I'm glad you said that. Be right back.
I got this message late last night, and I made it. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Oh, okay. Look at this.
Matt loves clickbait, Marcel.
Introduction.
Always got the V-Coptr.
I gotta watch that damn music. Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
How to change it.
What only does meters? Yours?
This, yeah. I don't know why I didn't put feet in there. They're gonna release more updates, but this is not bad. This is not bad. Falcon.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Surprising.
It's got Ocusync like features in it. The range is good.
So what would be the plus for getting a V-Coptr?
I want to be different. I want to stand out from the crowd.
That's
I don't
the only
want
reason.
everybody and their brothers flying.
I'm at 21 meters.
Just pause that for a second.
29 meters. Okay.
It says that a 50-minute flight time. Obviously, you know, we're all advertising like 46 for the 3 and all that sort of shit. I'm just wondering what the actual flight time of this thing is. If Stevie could pop it in there somewhere, is he in the chat, Stevie?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Yeah, okay. It'd be interesting to see because is it an advertised 50 or is it an actual flight time? That'd be really interesting because that's a lot. I mean, it's only got 2 motors, so you know,
Right.
kind of.
Yeah, but are those motors working harder than a drone with normal 4?
I would think, yeah, because all the weight's on the ass end, and they've got those motors up front.
I wonder if because when you're dealing with say the Mavic 2, you've got the RPMs around about 500 at idle, right? So when it's hovering, it's around about 500 odd RPM, right? That's your. It'd be very interesting to see what sort of speeds these things are spinning at in a hover situation, and that'll give you some idea of the difference in how much these things are working.
And it's 760 grams.
Yeah,
I could imagine it's like any other drone that any company releases. They say 50 minutes. You're looking more like maybe 44, 43 minutes.
Yeah.
Well,
I saw Ken do a review on this thing, and it was impressive. I kind of liked it, but I think his flight time was like 37 minutes.
It's still a long time to be out there.
Yeah,
Anything over 30 beats DJI, right?
Well,
Yeah.
32. Philip Bloom was getting 32 minutes and 36 minutes on the Mavic 3. So, you know something? A half hour is a long damn time.
it really is.
Yeah, it is.
Jim, didn't you get to see this when you were at CES?
Yes, 2 years ago. At CES
And if
2020.
I'm not mistaken, it has the camera specs of around the Mini 2, I want to say.
Well, yeah, it's got the same camera as the original. Yeah.
Well, 2.7 is it?
Baby.
No, it's 4K,
Yeah,
but I
about
think it's
4K.
only 30
It's
frames.
more than a Mavic.
Oh, did you
3.
say the Mini 2? Sorry.
Yeah. I think
No.
it's the same camera specs as the Mini 2.
Read what Joe Blaylock said.
Chris Hope, it's got the same as the original Mavic Phantom 4. That's the camera that everybody loves. Skydio's using it. They're all using it.
Reality. There you go. You want some 50-minute flight time in your life? 50 minutes, baby.
I just can't justify the price,
Yeah,
though, just to be different from
more than
everybody.
a Mavic 3. By the way.
Is it's 18? I think it's around 1800, right?
But look at him. He says it's more than a Mavic 3. Okay, they're two totally different cameras, two totally different drones. And you're going to say, I'm buying it because it's more flight time than the Mavic 3. Ouch.
How you like the controller?
I don't like it, man. I wish this was more like a Coptr, but I get it. This is for the Ocusync kind of a thing
Right.
to give you that range. But I just wish it wasn't in the way of my hand. That's
He's
it.
calling it Ocusync. Is it Ocusync? I thought that was a proprietary thing too.
No,
That's
he's
a-
just comparing it as, he's
Okay.
using it as a reference.
Right,
I'll go back to the one
Right.
that was straight. Then it won't bother me so much. Oh, man.
time is it?
Hey, it's a cool looking bird.
Something it is different, that's for
There's
sure.
no doubt about it. I got to watch it spin up.
Yeah, when you switch from photo to video.
Oh, okay. When you switch to
It
photo.
flies just as far as a Mavic. Oh, look at that. Damn, that bird caught.
There is a railroad coming. I'm going towards the railroad bridge.
Yeah, you got Ocusync technology in here.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
No.
It's about
All this
49.
Ocusync bullshit, by
Oh.
the way, is just the power output.
So my question to the panel here is, does anybody have any legitimate experience with this drone?
I've touched it.
You touched it.
Mm.
You fly.
No, okay, so it's 1,200.
It's
Because you touched it doesn't make you gay, eh, Chris?
That's exactly right.
I only saw it at CES. They didn't even
You
have
need
it.
to remember that the
flying.
first time I meet you, Matt.
Okay, okay, guys. Let me raise the question. Has anybody flown this drone?
No. Although this
Yeah.
is Stevie Capture Life Connection. This is his buddy.
Yeah.
And for $1,200, you don't really get that much in a bundle. It's
Boy,
very,
I'm telling you.
Joe
It's-
saw him touch it. Ooh.
you get one battery, a charger, a couple cables, and two
One
replacement
battery?
blades.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was glued to the table at CES, Lauren. Remember that? They didn't have it flying. In fact, they had another one of their birds, experimental drones, flying inside their little netted cage. Just like the
Wasn't like
egg,
that, wasn't
that egg drone. What was the name of that thing
Shit.
that never took off, as it were?
Since they have 4K 30.
Cool.
Control your gimbal at the same time instead of having to use the multi.
Now, being the same pretty much camera specs as the Mini 2, do you think this is worth $1,200?
No, absolutely not.
Now,
It's worth the original price, Justin.
what
$699.
4K
Right.
4K
30
60.
right now. That's
Wait, isn't that Jim's droning? Didn't you pay the $699 for yours?
But see, that was if you did the initial investment on it and put a down
Right.
payment on it.
$100 down and then
Right.
$699.
highest.
4K 30 is the highest.
Yeah.
And then you go to 1080, you can get down to get up to
Good question.
So,
Because you can-
hang on. Pause that. Let's have a read. 4K at 30, 2.7, 30. It goes to 60, same as the Mavic 2, Mini 2. January 30, 60, 720, 720, 30. Well, that doesn't go up at all. Doesn't even hit 120, but that's all right.
Like anything different.
So this camera on the Mini 2, well, you will know that I've flew the Mini 2 not long ago. I'm very impressed with that freaking thing at that price point, you know. But if you're looking at a huge difference in price,
Yeah.
I mean,
The 720 when it
look,
goes to 60.
You can almost buy two. You can buy two Mini 2s for what one of these costs.
Absolutely.
well, look, people buy things for different reasons, right? And for me, I buy it for the camera, and I would buy the Mini 2 over this because of the camera is exactly the same.
Exactly.
But as I said, people, you know, horses for courses, man. They buy things differently for different things they want. This one here, as he said, he wants to buy it because he wants to be different, and you know, more power to him if he can get one.
Fair.
Matt-
yeah. For me, I wouldn't be buying it because the camera is nothing spectacular. That's for sure.
Matt,
Well,
does the Mini
I
2
wouldn't buy it either, Matt. Just based on the business aspect, if I can get the same camera out of a Mini 2 and do what I need to do for the business, there's no reason why to buy this. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool.
It is pretty cool technology, isn't it?
Yeah. But I just want to stay with the Mini 2 and not
That's
crash
right, Robert.
into my hutch
You got to take it out, yeah.
and have to replace an arm.
Sorry, Kelly.
Sorry, that's good. It's a good run. That's all right. And like Robert just said, if he's happy, fine, let him be.
But that's right. Yeah. I was just looking at the reasons for me personally if I was wanting to buy one. It doesn't do anything for me camera wise anyway.
Exactly.
Not as bad as.
It'd be interesting to fly to see what it reacted like. That's for sure. You know.
I think Kelly would buy 2 of these rather than the Mavic 2.
Now, who was going to put 2 together and make a transformer? Where are we?
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do, Matt.
With the app, it has tracking, has track shots, it has follow tracking.
Matt looks even worse than I thought. What, Ron?
I would say the V-Coptr is almost like helicopter technology with your torque and anti-torque.
I know, and those props, they move.
I would say it's more like Ocusync 1.
Besides the arm moving, the props rotate. I don't think he's going to show us that.
You know, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Ken Heron has done a review on this V-Coptr.
Yeah, but Ken Heron doesn't do real reviews. He likes to beat things up
and take it off.
So, you know, it is what it is. But if you actually watch the video of the flight of the V-Coptr, it kind of shows that whole helicopter versus.
You got this protection, and you got.
I don't know.
If your battery is hot,
I think it's a good review.
But if it is, you could always put it in the mesh net.
But for $1,200, I mean, in 1080p and 720, you only get a maximum of 60 frames. Sorry.
Imagine it, but it's $699. I don't know when it was originally $699.
Yeah, 2 years ago it was worth that.
But didn't somebody just say it's up to 1,200 now?
Yeah.
No thanks.
So you know, the first time that I've ever done it, and I mucked around with 2.760 frames, and I was pretty impressed with what you could do in post with 60 frames. You know, you can make a very, very nice, smooth video, and quality-wise, you don't know the difference between 4K and 2.7, and it slips quite nicely into a 4K timeline, 4K 30 timeline, without any issues whatsoever. But this is capable exactly the same as what the Mini 2 does. At 2.7 at 60.
Hey, Jim, pull the link up I put in the chat of it on Amazon, and we'll see. That way you guys can see like what comes with it for the price and everything.
Fuck.
Because it doesn't come with barely anything.
Guys, I got to roll. So much to do.
All right, man.
Thanks for having me on. Good to see everyone again, and I'll see you later.
You checking out for that?
Yes, mate. The audience. It's about time the audience clapped me off because normally I'm just thrown off. So I'm quite appreciative of that. Thank you very much.
Take care, brother. Love you, man.
All right. Take care.
Good day, Matt.
See you. Hey, mate.
I'll have another burger and chips. Thanks, mate. That's what you should have said.
A double.
Double. That's right. Yeah. That was funny.
Oh,
anyway.
By the way, I still don't have the truck back yet.
You haven't?
It's still in the shop.
Oh, shit. Well, I can imagine, mate. That thing's rooted.
Now scroll down where it shows the video, Jim, of or the picture with all the stuff that it comes with.
Night. All right. See everyone in the chat. I did too. All right. Take care, all.
Thanks, Matt.
No worries. See you later.
I know he's working on the house. Got a bunch of stuff to do. V-Coptr. Oh, that's the one you put up. Okay, now scroll down to what, Justin? I think I had to put you back on. Yeah.
Yeah. Scroll down till it shows the picture of everything it comes with.
Let me put me on the bottom so I can show the chats. All right. What down here, down at the bottom?
Keep going.
Matt,
okay.
No, go back up. It must be up farther. You must have scrolled past it.
This stuff? What?
Oh, there's the list right there. So it doesn't come with barely anything for the price.
Wow.
Let's see if we can make that bigger.
How many batteries does it come with?
One. That's it.
That's it? One?
And it comes with one replacement set of props.
See, that right there, that alone is like kind of a no-go for me.
Dude, you haven't seen the Mavic 3. Holy Christ. If you use the 1 terabyte drive on there, you have to charge up a battery and then connect the drone, turn it on, connect the drone to your computer, and it takes 50 minutes to download that terabyte.
See, I'm not good with that.
Oh, hell no.
Totally not good with that.
Hell
Well, actually,
no.
it's more than a battery, Jim. It's about a battery and a half.
Yeah,
Battery and a
well,
quarter.
it takes a while to download a terabyte.
I'm just not impressed when DJI sends out something with one damn battery.
Well, let me ask you something. Why couldn't they have gone with a CFast card, Kelly?
Good question. Why are you asking me? Shit.
I know, but you know, you can do 250, 280 megabytes a second on a CFast card. They didn't have to put a 1 terabyte.
Right.
I think they got stuck on that from the Inspires, to be quite honest with you.
Very possible.
So they could make more goddamn money, because someone was talking, we were talking last week, is the SSD drive, the 1 terabyte, is it a chip or is it actually an SSD drive? We were talking about that last week. And if it's a chip, I can understand it, because it's only adding 4 grams to the drone. Yeah, and that weighs, Philip Bloom, again, he weighed that on a scale. I think it was 14 grams.
It's got to be a card. Or
How much memory does that thing have, or how much space does it have?
Does it? Well, you could put but it doesn't record to the terabyte SD card and your SD card at the same time. So it doesn't record to the SSD drive and your micro SD card at the same time. You got to use one or the other. Some things can't be unseen.
Did you see what BMac wrote about the V-Coptr?
Oh, I don't want to get down to it. Anyway, well, I finally remembered what the hell I was talking about. Do you guys? I'm watching on 2 devices. If I left, that would go down significantly. The drones used to have home lock and course lock. And Ron, that's what I was talking about last week. When I would put the drone on course lock, it would go, let's say, straight away from me, and that's all it would do. And then I could yaw the drone, and it would yaw 360 degrees, but still staying in that
same course. Yeah.
Yeah. They got rid of course lock and home lock.
You know, Mike Roche made a good point. He said DJI just got comfortable with Americans jumping at every new drone. Well, that's so true.
That is a big problem. Not for them, but it's in their favor. But
listen, I've seen people doing videos. I mean, I don't have to name names. You guys can go see. Everybody's doing these videos on the Mavic 3 and saying, oh, if you think the picture's too soft and all that. It's got a totally different focusing system. So you have to learn how to fly the thing and operate it. That will change once the new transfer protocol comes in January.
Whole different animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, VMAX aerial visuals. I see you popping up on my Facebook feed now and again. You should throw me a friend request.
It's old Brian.
It's a V-Coptr, biocopter. It doesn't even know what sex it is.
Those autonomous flight modes is some part of the selling point of some drones. It's not for me. The camera is the most important thing for me.
Right. I was going to say, is it really? Because I keep telling myself, okay, I'm going to try these modes out like Justin did with the Hyperlapse and all that. I still haven't done it. First of all, if I'm right outside the house, I'm not putting this thing in asteroid mode or boomerang mode. Jesus Christ, what does that do? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's
quite
a mode
frankly,
here, there's a mode there.
If you practice a little bit, you could do all those modes manually.
Absolutely.
That's all it is. It's a lazy man's way of doing it.
It really is, Ron. It really is. Learn
If
to
you-
fly your drone, man.
Hey, look, I'm not sitting there
Put your
clicking
drone. No. But you could put your drone in ADDI mode and learn to actually fly it without having to worry about it dropping. Just put it in ADDI mode and let it float with the wind, and then use your sticks to control its attitude. And
I've spent more hours out flying my drone, not even using the camera, but just practicing different maneuvers. So when I do want to film, and that I'm proficient at different things.
It does help.
It does.
Well, like some of the orbits I've done around the water tower over by my house, I did that manually. I didn't use that. The only two I ever really use is the Hyperlapse and the Asteroid, because those I can't manually do those. Those are something that you have to use that in order to get that.
This is why everybody was making fun of me. Remember there was that big thing, are you a pincher or a thumber or whatever? I put my thumbs at the bottom of the sticks, and I can just slowly sit there and let it do a point of interest.
Oh, you got to do the pinch, bro. Got to do the pinch.
It's much easier to just roll them onto the sticks, nice and light, and let it do its own point of interest.
Jim, whatever works for you. I'm a pincher. It's what I do. But if you're a thumber, that's fine. Whatever.
No, I don't put my thumbs on top of the thing. I can't see flying like that. Putting my thumb on top of the sticks. I put them at the base, and I just apply a little roll pressure, and
I'm just a pincher.
You know what it's like? It's almost like making your own tripod mode.
I like the extensions on the stick, so that gives you a lot more precise movement. And I still
They're not bad. They're not bad. But you know what, Ron? With that said, I've also read some articles about not the extended sticks, but shortened sticks, and those make very precise movements as opposed to the extended sticks. Yeah,
wouldn't it be faster?
Yeah,
it would be. It would be. It would be quick movements, and they're more precise than the extended.
Then you also have
so they're basically shorter than the standard stick that you get.
No, I would not want that.
Yeah.
No, the whole idea of the longer sticks.
I've never tried them. I just read about them, and the ones that I've read, people like them. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's an option.
I guess the FPV guys, the FPV guys would really have a jump up on us on the stick controls.
Probably so.
What do you think, Chris?
I thumb it as well. I don't pinch it.
You thumb it too?
Yep.
From the top?
Put the thumb over the top. Too much Xbox, man.
Okay.
Drone talk sounds so kinky sometimes.
It does,
Emacs aerial visuals said, what did he say? Pinching is for people who are used to grabbing very small ... I really want this guy to friend me on Facebook. I see him on Facebook all the time. I haven't friended him, but I'm hoping he'll friend me because I kind of like this guy already.
He has a very nice, sick sense of humor.
Yeah, he does. And I'm already liking this guy.
Yeah. Well, he's used to milking cows, too. You got to remember that, Kevin. That's why he can pinch well.
He's got a golden retriever that's terrorizing his house.
Yeah. He's milking the golden retrievers now.
Right.
Them little teats.
Come on, B-Mac. Friend me on Facebook, brother.
Oh, there's Tim Jackson.
Hey, Tim.
What's
Hey,
up, Tim?
Koopy. What's up, John?
There's John.
And John's a good, John's
Thumbs up
FPV
for
man.
thumbing. See, John, what I was talking about was at the bottom of the sticks, I have my thumbs and I just kind of roll them. This way it's doing the wraparound and I'm controlling the speed of the yaw. And it's nice and easy. And it just does a point of interest just like that. If I was at the top of the sticks, that would feel so weird to me.
I thumb it, but I do it on the sides.
Yeah, right? I think you're talking about what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I really think, Jim, it really boils down to what you're comfortable with.
Well, it's personal preference for everybody. I mean,
Exactly.
Or how you get taught or whatever, right? Because don't a lot of FPV guys start out pinching?
Yep. However you're taught, whatever you think, whatever you feel, however you feel it, whatever feels good to you. Then
I mean,
just
I think
do it.
I think you can know what somebody's going to do when you first hand them a remote for the first time and they grab it and hold it. Wherever they place their thumbs at, obvious is probably going to be their natural where they like to do it at, you know?
Yeah, maybe so. But there's also times where you hand somebody the remote control and they grab it and you almost instinctively grab it back from them. No.
Good evening, John Carroll. Mr. JRC.
I tend to agree with Mr. John there.
I only use thumbs. I have tried to pinch. It's not comfortable to hold.
But you know, you've seen one, you want to see them all.
You know, and I get that. Who was that? Mr. John. Somebody like thumbs specifically.
Oh, Mr. JRC's.
Sure enough. So good for you. If that works for you, that's great. But I'm more of a thumb and finger kind of guy. That's the way I learned it. That's the way I did it from the beginning. And that's
what's holding your? Is your controller on a lanyard then?
Initially, it was not.
Right.
But I did put a lanyard on it.
Right.
I bought the bracket to put on the smart controller. I added a lanyard, and to me, it feels natural.
Yeah, because I'm thinking there's no way you could do it like you're saying and still hold the damn remote.
Well, I agree with you. I totally agree. You really should have a lanyard regardless if you're doing thumbs or not, just so you don't drop the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
I used a lanyard for the weight because the Ascendance gets freaking heavy after a while. And on the Mavic 2 Pro, I'm using the iPad Mini 4, which is on top of the controller. So I can't even see the controller. My thumbs are down underneath the Mavic 2, the Mini, the iPad Mini 4 is taking up. So I'm underneath it.
And the way you fly or you hold your controller is going to be based on, too, how top heavy your controller is. Because if you're flying with a 7-inch iPad on there, you know, it's going to want to go forward on you a little bit more versus, you know, a little 5 or 6-inch phone.
So I know BMAC Aerial Visuals just said that, if I can find it, in all honesty, most times, oh shit, where'd it go?
I thumb the left stick and pinch the
Thumbs
right.
the left stick and pinches the right stick. Well, typically what I do is I hold her down with the left hand and I tickle her with the right hand.
And beat her with the right, yeah.
Mr. JRC, it really depends on how much you want to spend and what she's using it for.
The newest one, the newest iPad Pro 11.
Or you could do the iPad Mini 6 too if she doesn't want something big.
I thought I bought the iPad Pro for my Ron. Remember when I told you that for my granddaughter?
Yeah.
I think it's just a 10-inch iPad. I don't think it's the Pro. Because
I mean, if you just want an iPad for surfing the web and everything, and you don't really need to spend a lot of money, an iPad Mini 4 is fine.
She got really good at this program called Procreate, where you're drawing and all that. I got her the pen. The friggin' Apple, man, they're criminals. The pen is $100.
Oh yeah, those any accessory. You know the wheels for the Mac Tower. It comes with a set of wheels. I think they're like $600 just for the wheels for the tower. It's a
To
special.
go,
It's on the like the PC, like the not the laptop, but their like home computer. I was watching a video. A dude was doing a review on them, and I think it was like $600 just for the special Apple wheels to go on the bottom of it.
Wow. Hey, Jim, I'm going to step away for a minute. Okay. I'll be right back.
all right, buddy, get some coffee.
Coffee, shit, beer.
Oh.
And it doesn't even matter if it's like a screen bracket from Apple. It's going to be way overpriced.
See, a lot of old school tend to pinch because they had the lanyard. I totally understand that. When you got the big transmitter, and it's hard to control that.
Mr. JRC, go with the iPad Mini. Check out the Mini 4, 5, or 6.
You'll save a bunch of money if you don't need the big one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's a little expensive. I think his wife's just wanting it to just, watch YouTube, surf the web, stuff like that. Go with the Mini 4, 5, or 6. Check into those 3. And I'll tell you this, I've learned that the last couple of girls I know that had the bigger iPads, they don't like the bigger ones. No. They actually like the smaller ones. My wife, I bought her the big iPad Air, and she didn't like it because it was too big.
Bulky.
They want something a little smaller.
Yeah. Well, she likes the bigger one for drawing, which I totally understand. And the iPad Mini 4 is the perfect size for me. That 7 to 8 inch screen size is perfect for me to see the drone. I could, as soon as I got the, my first one, as soon as I got the Phantom 4, I said, screw this cell phone nonsense. I can't see that damn thing so small. I'm putting the iPad on it.
I mean, you could get her a Chromebook. Like I said, if she's just using it to go on the internet and doesn't really need anything special, I mean, the Chromebooks are decent little computers just to have for just web surfing and stuff. But
yeah, if you're just going to web surf. But Adrian has a Chromebook, and there's a lot of crap. He called me up. There's a lot of crap he couldn't put on it.
Well, that's what I said. It just depends on what she's doing with it. You know what I'm saying? If she's strictly just using it for web searching and stuff, I mean, it's a good little device. Because right now you could probably walk into some of the Walmarts still, and they might still have a bunch of them left over from Black Friday that are still $100. Because a lot of the store managers keep all that shit still on sale for a month or two after Black Friday if they have a huge inventory on it, because they want to get it out of their back room. Because some of these Walmarts, they'll get like 700 or 800 freaking Chromebooks on Black Friday, and they'll only sell a couple hundred of them. Every year at my Walmart, we always had 300 or 400 of them sitting in the back room, locked up in a room.
Wow, the regular iPad is $329 if she doesn't need the big one. We're getting my mom the $329 one. Works fine for which. I got the one with no cellular on it, and a 128 internal hard drive, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because with Apple, good.
I was gonna say there's a lot of refurbs ones too on Amazon, and you can pay like a few extra dollars to get like a 1-year warranty on it. If something breaks, they'll replace it for free.
Okay, so I'm back now. What are we talking about?
The iPad Mini 4 versus any, like the 10-inch iPad.
Well, Mr. JRC is just looking for something for his wife, like an iPad or a Chromebook.
Oh,
just something basic for her to use for just surfing the web and stuff.
Gotcha.
I use the lanyard, and I'll tell you why, for 2 reasons. When I'm using the 7.8-inch Crystal Sky, the thing makes the controller top heavy. It wants to flop over. So when I'm holding it, it feels like you're constantly fighting it. So when I have the lanyard in the middle of that thing, it just takes the weight off you, and you have better control. And you can do whatever the hell you want with your thumbs,
Oh, you're
instead
welcome.
of sitting there trying to hold the controller.
Yeah,
But
Chris went right for the like $2,000 iPad.
No. It's not a $2,000 bird. You can get you
I was
can
just
go
messing
to
with you.
well, whatever. We'll talk
What?
about that later. No, you can go down to your Verizon store or something like that if you already got cell phone service with whoever it is and get one and pay it out
yeah,
if you want to.
in fact, when I did my phones, they gave me the Samsung S6, which was the Tab A? No, the Samsung Tab A, which was not good for what we do. It wouldn't do the signal. The screen would get those green vertical lines across it, which always used to piss me off. So I returned it. I didn't ask for it, so why are you giving it to me? That's
Jim,
from
I gotta pop
Verizon.
out.
All right, buddy.
All right,
You got
guys.
a call?
No.
Where you going, Ron?
Get some stuff done.
Come on. What do you got to do? You're at work.
Yeah, I know.
What do you gotta do? Come on. I work with you. What do you have to do?
Well, you know what I've noticed.
What do
with
you
the
got to do? I know you're at work. I know what you have to do. You've got nothing to do at this particular time. You can stay here.
Wow.
Damn, he's rough.
Just trying to break away easily.
You guys, AirMed 5 is not even in service because it's fucking broke.
Oh, easy money tonight then.
Easy money.
What's up, Ron?
Yeah, we got it fixed now.
Oh, do you? Are you back
Yeah.
in service?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
But
They
you know
put-
what?
They put some gas in it, Ron.
yeah, put some gas in it.
Did you get a flight, Ron?
No, not right now.
Oh,
But,
okay. Where are you
I'll
going?
catch up to you guys.
Where are you going?
Right,
Where are you going? Okay. I digress. I do know what it's like. Ron's got to go get some rest because he probably will be up all night fucking long, flying all over fucking Midwest North Dakota and South Dakota and Montana. So you do you, Ron, man. I get it. I know it sucks. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm going to work an easy shift here in a couple of weeks. I'm coming up there Med 3, so, you know.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
When are you working AirMed 3?
I forget what date Matt gave me. Oh, I snagged one. So,
Very good. Very good.
yeah, need some extra cash, man. I've got a couple trips coming up.
Right on. I got you, man. I got you. Well, let me know if you need a place to stay. You can always stay at my place.
I may, depending on the one. Let me call you on that.
Oh, absolutely.
I might try to grab another one, and I may need a place to camp out for a couple hours.
No worries, bro. You
right,
always
dude.
got a place in my house.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Hi, man.
All right, guys.
Peace, Ron.
See
Have
you
a
guys
good night,
later.
bro.
Later, Ron.
Take care, brother.
All right, bye-bye.
But you
Brent
know what?
Nunley gave us the old joke. My wife wants a 10-inch Pro. Too bad I just have a mini 6-inch.
But you know what I've noticed with these controllers, Jim? When you have your phone mounts in there, the two phone mounts that I have, and you hook the lanyard to it, if you accidentally drop it, it doesn't take much to undo the phone mount, and then the controller just falls. And then your phone's just dangling from the phone mount. Like it does. These don't hold the phone mounts in there extremely well. If it gets-
Okay,
you know
I
what I'm
get you.
saying?
Yeah.
So
You
it's,
guys-
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Matt. I got to say this, though. BMAC Aerial Visuals just made a comment. Ron has to make sure it's still not working. Dude, that is the ongoing joke between them and AirMed 5 and AirMed 3, which where I work. And the joke is AirMed 5 is always out of service because something's broke or there's no pilot coverage. It's constant, always. It goes on and on and on. And for him to be signing off tonight to go get some rest tells me that they're actually in service. They're probably gonna be flying all night long tonight. But man, I love those guys, man. And it's so typical. Their aircraft has had some major maintenance issues lately, but now they got it all fixed up and they're ready to roll. So more power to them.
I can't believe he drives 4 hours, gets up at 3 a.m. to drive 4 hours to work.
You know, and most of the AirMed 5 crew, most of them live in South Dakota. One or two lives in Dickinson, North Dakota, where they're based at. There's one paramedic that lives out by Fargo, North Dakota, that drives about 4 hours to get there. Most commute, and they just make it work, man. They really do. They spend their tour duty of a few days in Dickinson, and they make it work. You know, unfortunately, lately they have problems with, COVID. That's been an issue. Maintenance have been an issue. The aircraft had some issues here and there, but they got it fixed, and it's all good. But for the most part, it's just been a lot of staffing issues with COVID and the fixed wing itself. And now they got it all good to go. And we hope to see some good things coming out of them here in the next few days.
Oh, what the hell was I gonna say? Until John, Mr. JRC's, that's John Carroll. He says, Kelly, you've got a Bill Murray thing going on.
A Bill Murray thing?
Yeah.
What would that be?
Is it the voice?
Really?
Really?
Who said that?
Mr. JRC, John Carroll. I got it on the screen.
But he's wanting you to say that's a fact, Jack, Kelly.
Got a Bill Murray thing going on. I love it, man. Thanks, Mr. JRCs. I love it.
The question is do you have Bill Murray money?
No. I got paramedic money, which means I work paycheck to paycheck, brother.
Oh, I know, man. I know.
Oh, Jim, I'm supposed to be getting that job here in the next couple days.
Mr. JRC says, I don't know this guy, but if I can get me, that's a fact, Jack. That would be great.
See, Chris, he's lubricating tonight, unlike you, who saves it for Friday nights.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm lubricating too, because here's the thing. Today's my birthday.
Oh, is it really?
Happy birthday. 23 today?
Birthday, and I'm just celebrating a little bit and having some drinks, and I thought I'd join you guys tonight.
Cool.
How old are you? 23, 24?
Thank you, bro. I'll be honest with you. So this year is just a birthday. Next year is going to be an ultimate birthday, and let me explain why. This year I turned 54. So I'm 54 years old. Next December 7th, I'm going to turn 55, which means at that date, at that hour, I get to start pulling my city pension from the city of Bismarck, North Dakota, from when I was a police officer. So I will get tax-free money for the rest of my life every month until I die.
What did you did 20 years on the other? Did you have to do 20 on the other one?
I did 10 years, but I still have a pension.
Wow, you lucky bastard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got the greatest deal in the world going on here. If you're in the fire department down here, you never get a call, and you get 50 grand a year for never getting a call.
Well, there you go. There you go. Next year, when I turn 55, I'm going to get in the neighborhood of almost $700 a month for the rest of my life, just because I spent 10 years on the law enforcement.
Geez, even if you went on disability, you could live with that.
Yep.
Between
Absolutely.
the two.
Absolutely. Coupled that with Social Security and my 401k and whatever happens between here and there, I'm good.
So are you getting a knee injury around that time too? You know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no. We'll see.
I was worth it,
Northeast
Kelly.
Drone.
It was worth it.
Oh, Matt's asking. Northeast Drone Productions. Matt, he's asking, was it worth it, Kelly? You damn right it was. It certainly was.
Now, I was going to say, you do realize you're the baby of this group, but you're not. Justin's here.
Yeah, Justin's younger than I am. I can tell that. I can see that.
It's your birthday?
Yeah. BMAX aerial visuals. You do know they bombed Pearl Harbor on your birthday, right? Yes, dude. I've been living with that for 54 years. I get that. I've accepted it. I've moved on. Yeah.
Is it your birthday today, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, it is.
Well, okay. I'll just pop back to say happy birthday to you.
Well, cover me for a minute, Matt. I got to get coffee.
That won't be hard.
Motherfucker.
Right, let's Rick. What can I put up? That I can't share any. I wanted to copyright him, the bastard.
BMAX, I'm still waiting for your friend request on Facebook, brother.
Yeah, I saw you there, but I decided not to. I'm a pretty private person.
Where you going at?
No, hang on. Did you send me a friend request?
Who?
You? Is you talking to me or Brian?
No, I was talking to BMAC.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, he doesn't think you're that special.
Aerial visuals has been popping up on my Facebook for the last 4, 5, 6 weeks now. And I've been waiting for a friend request from him. I'm just waiting on him.
No, he's a stalker. He always has been.
Friend it up, brother.
No, he's got some psychological issues, which he's working through. But don't until he's been fixed and he's on his medication. Don't accept a friend request from him because hey, Brian.
Don't worry, man. I'll accept you.
Four-eyed canine. Exactly right, mate. Yes, we do. The next time I'll get up, it's about 12 hours time, I think, is the next time I'm going to be flying. I'm going to do a live show, and I will do a live one, and not long ago, and coming up actually, and it's going to be the F-18, right? And I'm going to go low level, scooting through the Colorado Rockies. Going to follow the 80. I think it's the 80 or the 70 or whatever it is. 80, I think it is. That goes through the Rockies and pop out the other side there at Richfield and down into Utah, and go into and probably landed on the Beaver truck bloody truck stop there in Beaver. I've already had a few flies at it. Oh my God, this thing. Got to have your shit about you because you're flat knackers going through the Rockies right over the road. And there's a few, oh mate, yeah, I've crashed it a few times through there. I don't think I passed, but good stuff. Really, really exhilarating sort of flying, It's almost like a
Matt, what were you just saying about Jim a second ago?
He's an awesome bloke. I wished he lived next door to me, so I could.
Wait, that's not what I heard.
Well, I can't set fire to his house from here.
Hey, if you got enough coin, something can happen.
Just I heard
Sorry?
Karen, Kyle. That's what I heard.
What was that? Sorry, I missed all of that.
I heard Karen and Kyle about Jim and this, that, and the other.
I'm a Karen. What's a Kyle?
That's the male version.
I was just saying that. I'm just saying.
No, Jim, you're a pervert.
That's
that's right. That's his neighbors.
That's on YouTube.
Yep, his neighbors all know it.
That's
his
right.
Neighbors all know it.
Jim always walking out on his back porch filming his neighbors,
Cool, Peter.
What the hell is
Jim,
that?
I'm out, dude. I got to go.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, Chris. See you, Chris, man. Take care, brother.
Take care, buddy. Y'all have a good week. We'll talk to y'all later.
What the hell is that? that video. You're a pervert, and I know you are.
Yeah, he loves you. He loves you. He wants to have your babies.
It was something. What the hell did I name that? This guy, he's threatened me with shooting the drone out of the sky before and all this other crap.
I've beaten a few of your landing charts. Oh, have you, you mongrel? All right. I did that when I was drunk, by the way. So look out. They're not bad. Some of these landing challenges in this flight simulator, I don't know if you guys are into it at all, whatever. It's pretty cool. It's good fun. And when it's pissing down with rain at night, or it's midnight or 2 a.m, you just want to go fly something. Flight simulator is really cool, and you can make whatever you want out of it, really. And the scenery in this thing has blown me away.
Dude, I just saw you fly a King Air 200 the other day.
Yeah, I was watching them too.
Yeah.
You were going 200 knots. Why was that?
Yeah.
It's a scenic flight.
The long way. Weren't we saying, did you have enough gas?
You were skimming the ocean, man.
I was. And I was flying a droney thing the other day, right? Going around the pyramids. I was checking out the pyramids and all this sort of shit.
Oh my God.
And yeah, that was pretty cool. Anyway, I was heading back to, I don't know, say Cairo or something like that. And there was no indication at all that the battery was going flat. You know, there was no return to home, no nothing, no fucking sports mode. Anyway, and this thing, the props just stopped. It fell straight to the ground. There was no indication that I was going to crash this thing. There was no battery indication on this thing at all. So anyway,
now, Matt did give a 5-minute discussion about how hot the pilot was and how he'd want to put her in a bikini.
Yeah, well, she was hot. Yes, she was my virtual girlfriend.
On a simulator.
That's right, mate. That it is the opposite of Call of Duty. Yeah, that's for sure, man. Oh, look, I've got to get this is doing my head in now. He's beaten me in some of the challenges. I've got to get onto that. If all he had to do was get a Y, to be honest, because I got Z in all my challenges, and considering it only goes to C, I did pretty bad in some of them. So for him to beat me, it wouldn't be too hard. He crashed the Tello. That's right. It was the Tello.
I was gonna tell you, Jim. Remember how I just said a minute ago I was gonna get that job in a couple days?
Yes.
Well, he had a job opening that was going to open in like a month, but another guy got fired yesterday because he cut a gas line and didn't read it correctly. And so they had to shut down like our main road in our city for like 4 or 5 hours. So they let him go. He's supposed to hire me. I get a company car and a bunch of other shit.
Dude, the way you got screwed out of the job you had originally. Yeah. It's like, I don't know if you want to tell the story, but you got, that's why people go postal. You know what I mean?
Sounds like you got a sweet little gig coming up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts off at like 15, 16 an hour. It's you're like a locator. You locate the gas lines and you search for leaks, and then you mark them, and then you call the crew and they come out and fix it. Perfect. And then you also they have like meter blitz, like challenges where you can go out and you have to go out and read as many meters as possible, and you get a bunch of overtime pay and stuff for it.
Oh, what the hell, man? Overtime's overtime.
You get a company card, and then you get a gas card, like a gas credit card for getting gas for the car. Sure. All that stuff. It's Monday through Friday. You get the weekends off.
Perfect. 40 hours. Holidays too?
Yep.
Nice.
Hey.
That's a nice gig.
Oh, 2,500 feet. Okay.
When do you start that gig?
It's supposed to be here in the next few days, hopefully.
Perfect.
So,
good for you, man.
Because I know the actual guy that's like in charge of everything. We go to his house all the time and stuff. Perfect. For parties. I actually got drunk at his house like 4 or 5 days ago for a Christmas party.
There you go, man. You're in.
Yeah. If you're drinking with the dude, you're in.
Dude, I drank one of those big spiced Captain Rum or Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
Spiced rum. I drank almost a whole bottle of that.
There you go, man.
Justin, that stuff there is awesome. Do you drink it? What do you drink it with?
rum and Coke.
Okay. If you try it with dry ginger, ginger ale, dry ginger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And squeeze a little bit of lime into it as well, and that you will never stop drinking it. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you think you're thirsty, normally you go get a water. You'll go make yourself a spiced rum once you taste this, because it is really nice, man. Really nice. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Matt, when I get up in the middle of the night to go pee, I walk to the fridge and pour me a bourbon and water.
Why not? Eh? Why not?
What the hell?
You wonder why you wake up all dehydrated in the morning. You got to have another rum,
right?
Yeah.
Why do I have to go to work with a hangover?
Yeah, have another rum and you should be okay. It's intravenous. Yeah, but seriously, really nice, mate. If you want to give that a crack next time, although probably you've had a gut full of that shit now, and you probably won't touch it again for another 5 years. Depends how sick you made yourself.
Four-eyed canine says squeeze a little vodka in it too.
All that.
Well, why not?
Why not, eh? Let's make a cocktail out of it. But anyway, I've got to go and get back into it again. Still like shitloads to do. I had to, well, that's the equivalent of this in Australia, so that's not very nice.
No, please, brother.
That's better. It's got to face that way, not this way.
I love you, brother. Love you, man.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
No worries. All right. Take care all. I'll see you soon. I'll be listening in. So yep. Anyway, all good.
Later. And then there was 3.
What is this?
What are we going to talk about now, Jim?
No, I wanted to show you. Okay, this is. We're talking. Where's the friggin' share thing? Oh, we're talking about the size of the controllers. Now you got an 8-inch crystal sky, which that thing ain't light. And then you're dealing with, this is the Matrice, okay?
Is that the 300 or 200?
It's the M210 RTK.
Okay.
That's real-time kinematic. It gives you latitude and longitude. But it's the controller I wanted to get at. I wanted you to see.
Okay.
This is what I like about this thing, because you can sit here and plug any other attachment into the back of this, and on the app, you can control how much power you're giving it. So let's say I put a light set on it. I can say, okay, give it 5 volts of power or whatever.
Sure.
But the controller, come on, get to the controller.
Well, it's some big pros, man. That's a big freaking. Oh man, that thing's big.
Yeah, they're close to 18 inches, but there's a goddamn controller. And when you talk about situating it on your, it was having problems at the time. We talk about situating it on a lanyard, it itself will flop over.
I bet.
Nobody's gonna get those drones.
You almost kind of need a chest harness for it, don't you?
Yeah, but I hate those ones you go into with the original Inspire that had that chest harness.
I bet there's something aftermarket you could find that would take care of that, like maybe a high-end binocular type harness.
Yeah,
like a Swarovski type harness. I'll bet you that would work.
I don't know. I just wanted to find that one.
What the hell is that?
That was my garage door.
Oh,
I thought that was.
Did you hear me? Benny, you want?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, she says if I'm going to send these things out, I got to send them out now. I don't have it on me, but I got a bunch of little, 11 left, mini drones. They look like Phantom 4s. But this was that big egg drone that they were trying to sell 3 different ways. You could hand hold it, the power egg. That's what.
Yeah,
it was.
I remember this drone.
I've never seen this before.
And then all they did was put an actual plastic case around it, and it could fly in water. That made it waterproof.
But what about the motors?
Well, were you not allowed
Right.
to pick it up there?
That's it. No, the guy got pissed off at me picking it up. See this guy? He's spending a half hour. I don't know who he is. I just walked up.
Yeah, he looked mad as hell when he picked it up.
And I just pick it up.
Oh, sorry, he's setting up.
See, he said, I'm
Really?
sorry. He's
Wow.
setting it up. And then this
Wow.
guy goes to take it out of my hand. And I had
Like
to give
right
him
away.
the old, don't you ever touch my hand.
So
You know,
this thing is supposed to be waterproof.
because of that clear plastic casing,
Yeah, okay, but what about the motors?
I can't. Here, right here is where they fly it. All they're doing is flying it back and forth in the water. There's water coming down on it.
But you can see it's wrapped up in a case.
So how's that shit, man? My
But let me-
opinion on that is you're not going to get decent video or pictures because there's going to be shit on that damn clear plastic thing.
Hell yeah.
My biggest concern is how much water are you going to get in your motors, and your shit's going to get eroded and not going to fly.
Well,
I mean,
400 AGL.
in my mind, you need to check your weather. If the weather is good, fly. If it's not, you don't fly.
Well, we're not supposed to fly in the rain anyway, so
Exactly.
it's like, what's
My
the
whole
point of
point.
having all these features? Let's.
Well, let me give you, for instance, the Matrice is IP rated, okay? Isn't that just wonderful? The camera isn't.
The Matrice is IP rated for
But the-
water resistance. It's
but the
not
camera's not.
waterproof.
Right. But the camera can still get wet, and the gimbal motor can still burn out.
Absolutely. If I had a Matrice and I was going to go do a job inspecting whatever, and the forecast was raining or there was a chance of rain, if it was raining, I wouldn't fly, period. End of
Right.
story. If there was a chance of rain, I would go to the site, and if it wasn't raining, I would fly. But the minute it started raining, I'd land.
Hey, 400 AGL's asking if he can come in.
Did I send him the link? Let me put the link back in the chat.
Motors are not hurt by water. I disagree. I think they can be. I think.
Well,
yeah, but
maybe
the thing is, look, you still got your camera, right? This gimbal, there's no seals here. This gimbal can still get wet.
Exactly.
This side gimbal can get soaking wet.
And let's
Once
take the motors.
this is all one piece. So once you burn out the gimbal,
pull up a motor on a drone.
Well, maybe
Motors.
he's saying by whatever system they have over the motors, it's not affected.
Maybe
like
it's
whatever
not.
it's sealed in.
Are you willing to take the chance?
they are. Well, that's how they're selling it, man.
I know it's going to come down to your dime. If it is, I'm not willing to take that chance. That's when I write a contract, I'm like, weather permitting is when I'll fly. If I don't get the job, well, then so be it. I'm not willing to risk my drones because of the weather.
No, I totally understand you. It's stupid.
Absolutely.
But that whole design was stupid because it still had that 1/2 camera. And so they were trying to make it so, okay, we put this plastic shell over it. It's a waterproof drone. If you hold it with a strap like this, it's action cam or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then if you put it on a stick, it sits there and has follow me on it. All of this they thought were great new things and shit. We've had them forever, right?
Sure.
Yep. Brushless and brushed motors are not in any way damaged by water. In fact, we put brushed motors in a cup of water and run them at full RPM to break them in.
Didn't you show that one time?
Huh?
Didn't you show that?
I may have shown a clip of someone doing it, but I've not shown a clip of me doing it.
Oh, you had the one with the smoking motor.
That was because of my ESC.
Right.
My ESC failed and burnt up the motor.
Oh, let me tell you something else DJI does nice and sneaky. Inside all these things, whether it's the camera or the drone, Mel, you probably know this from the store. They've got these little white stickers that they put in there. And after a while, the humidity will turn them red, which means
your cell phones have that in the back of them too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there you go.
It's a moisture sensitive detector.
There is.
And that voids your warranty.
On your phone, it'll absolutely void your warranty if you try to, like your Apple iPhone or whatever, you send it in and say, yeah, it just quit working. And they'll say, well, when did you drop it in the toilet? Or when did you drop it in the sink? Oh, I never did that. So, well, yeah, you did, because right here's the proof,
Right.
Conformal coating would solve that problem, Mike, but yet DJI has it by each motor. If you take your motor casing off, there's a little white sticker there on each motor arm. Yep, and I've seen it.
That's to prevent the water from, the actual motor itself is not hurt by water at all. What gets hurt by water is if the water travels up the wire and gets to the ESC or some other part of the circuit board, something like that. The actual motor.
Let me ask you this question.
You can take a motor. You can take a brushed or a brushless motor, mount it on a stick, put it on the bottom of a boat, stick it in the water, and run that boat all you want.
So let me ask this question.
Absolutely a fact.
Let me ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to do that?
I have done it.
Are you willing to spend the money to do that?
I've done it.
So you're bounds before me, because I'm not. So when I go out and I get a job to go fly something, if the weather isn't optimal, then I don't take the job.
Well, and that makes sense, because the rest of your drone is not watertight and water resistant.
Exactly.
The motors themselves. Now, I'm only talking about the motors. I'm not talking about the ESCs, even the gimbal motors. The gimbal motors, those are brushless motors. Those are not affected by water themselves. The circuitry that controls them is. The motor itself is not affected by water. I guarantee it, guys. I put in some of these race cars and stuff that I sell down at the store, we've got brushless motors that cost $250. And
why?
Put it in the water, no big deal. You're not going to hurt the motor.
Why are those motors so expensive?
Because they're high power. They'll make a 8-pound RC car do 160 mile an hour.
Mike says he does that with $500 FPV quads all the time.
Absolutely.
We fly in the rain
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But he's using conformal coating.
I'm okay with flying in the snow.
As long as you're protecting the circuitry, the ESCs, the GPS boards, whatever boards, the VTX, the receiver boards, as long as you're protecting the electronics from moisture, you're golden. The motors themselves.
How are you protecting your electronics, your boards from moisture?
Depends on the application.
When you're at 300 feet, when you're at 300 feet and it's raining and the humidity is unbelievable, how are you protecting that?
Well, if you don't have it coated, then you're not.
Right.
Exactly. And how many people?
Okay. Well, your point is the motor. Okay.
But
I'm breaking this down into the separate components of the aircraft. It doesn't matter. The electronics are susceptible to moisture.
Of
The
course they are.
motors themselves, whether they're brushed or brushless, it doesn't matter. They are not susceptible to moisture. Water will not hurt them.
Okay. So how are you protecting your drone?
Normally, they would be conformal coating, like Mike Night Train is
Yeah.
talking about down here. But DJI isn't using conformal coating, are they?
No,
Right.
they don't.
They actually want you to buy another drone.
Yeah, because they won't repair a water damaged drone either. If you tell them
If it's gone in, yeah.
If it's been in the drink, yeah,
Right.
they won't repair it.
So the question still remains, how are you protecting your drone?
You and me?
By not flying it in the rain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
exactly
well, you're
right.
talking about the drone. You're talking about the circuit boards. The discussion earlier was motors. Motors can't get wet. That was a statement that was made. And all I wanted to do was provide information that is true and correct.
Okay.
So why do they have
the motors?
Why do they have the moisture sticker by the motor now?
You can drop the motor in the water.
The moisture can travel up the arm, inside the arm or something, Jim.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
You can
if it
drop-
does that and gets in the drone that way, then they know how the water got in. They can follow the trail. It's called a evidence trail, I think, or chain of custody, or whatever you want to call
Well,
it.
Yeah.
The point is, don't fly your drone in the rain. Or don't fly your drone
I'll
in
tell you
wet
this too.
snow.
I've flown my Mavic 2 Pro in the rain.
Oh.
Now it wasn't raining, like 8 inches an hour, but I have flown my Mavic 2 Pro in the rain.
So what would you be
there's
worried
no law.
about?
Somebody said it's illegal to fly in the rain in chat or something. Said you're not
No.
allowed to fly in the rain. That's not true.
It's not illegal.
All you got to have is 3 miles of visibility. It doesn't
Sure.
say you can't fly in the rain. It says
Sure.
you got to have 3 miles of visibility.
So what would you be worried about? You wouldn't be worried about the motors in the rain.
The motors, no, I would not. If the rest of my drone was sealed and moisture protected according to me protecting it or
Right,
manufacturer protecting it, then I'd fly it.
Well, I don't trust DJI. There's too many that have come down.
Mel,
Matrices too. Matrices too.
Mel,
Matrices especially.
Mel, what do you do to protect your drones when you fly in the rain?
After I'm done flying, I put them in a dehydrator and dry them out. Make sure they're dry.
You don't do anything. What kind of dehydrator you got?
A food dehydrator.
So those little round things where
Yeah.
you can dehydrate
Yeah.
bananas and stuff,
Sure.
shove it in that.
Yep.
So what
I've
do you do?
got
what
one of
do
the
you
round
do?
ones that, the trays that you stack up. I cut the center out of all the trays so it's just rings. And it's a stack. I don't know. I can put two spools of filament in it for my 3D printer. I could set 2 drones in there. I could put 2 Mavic 2 Pros or 2 Mavic 2 Zooms or whatever in there.
I'm sorry.
Take
I'm
the
sorry,
arms
Mel.
off. Take the arms off. Now I've seen the M210. I've flown the M210. Take the arms, the motor arms, and the landing gear off the M210, and it would fit in my dehydrator. Just the chassis.
I got actually caught in the rain one time because in Florida, it'll rain on one side of the street and not the other. It's that weird.
And it'll look like rain, and you can be flying and it look like there's not going to be any problem, and then all of a sudden you're getting poured on too, huh, Jim?
Right.
So
All I'm
especially
going
in
to say
Florida.
is, I'm sorry, Mel. Forgive me, but I'm highly skeptical about this. And all I'm going to say is to anybody that's viewing this podcast right now, don't fly it in the rain.
I don't condone flying in the rain. I don't suggest anybody flies in the rain.
I would do.
The-
They got
the-
too much
the
open
drone-
shit.
I just don't agree with you.
The drones are not designed to be flown in rain.
No.
No,
The
they're not.
propellers are not designed to create the lift that with all that moisture in the air. The drone is
And the
struggling
drone
to
is
continue
not.
flying.
Look, that's all the venting for the camera. Imagine water going in that.
All I'm going to
Exactly.
say is, if you fly your drone in the rain, expect problems.
I would.
Period.
The gimbal alone would worry me.
Depending on the rain that you're in, and you know how bad it's raining and so forth. Yeah.
And not only rain, but snow as well.
Sure, because snow's just water. It's white. That's the only difference.
Exactly.
Mel, I have a question.
Throw them in the clothes dryer. Let them tumble around.
Now, Mel, when you've flown your Pro 2 in the rain, did you ever have issues with water getting between the battery and the casing?
It got a little damp, but it didn't get wet.
That was
But
my
like
biggest
I said,
concern.
it wasn't a pouring down rainstorm either.
Okay.
It was lightly just starting to rain and sprinkling and misting or whatever you want to call it. And I was about 10 minutes before I could get the drone back under cover and on the ground.
So it wasn't intentional then?
No. I'm just saying that it has happened, and I have flown my drone in the rain, and it has been rained on, and it still flies today, and it's never been to DJI.
Oh.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Swell Pro has been doing that for years.
Yeah. You can put on these large-scale RC boats and submarines and things, they've got exposed exposed brushless motors and stuff for bow thrusters and all kinds of things. And motors are not hurt by the water.
That's interesting. I didn't
research it. Research it, Kelly. Look up motor break-in. Underwater motor break-in on YouTube. Look up anything like that. Research
I'll have to do that because I am totally skeptical.
Believe me, my brother. I will make a believer out of you. Believe in me.
Honestly, brother, bro. In all due respect, man, I just would never fly my drone in the rain. Now,
I wouldn't intentionally fly my drone in the rain. I've been caught in the rain and got it home.
I've flown my drone in the snow. You know, but it's been fucking minus 30 when I've flown it.
I don't live anywhere
because I'm outside the window of flying the drone at that point. But goddamn, man, I just would not want to fly my drone in that humidity. I just don't. You know, but you know, if you have, great, good on you.
Well,
I know there's a lot of people in chats like,
what about
Kelly, you're a pussy and all this.
No.
He's
so
just
you
joking.
live somewhere. You live somewhere where there's snow, so you have
Oh
a
yeah,
different climate than we
I
have.
mean, right now it's like minus 8 degrees where I live.
Like Jim and I can walk outside on any summer day and start dripping wet because of the humidity.
Oh,
and
yes.
we haven't even gotten any movement. So we take our drone out of the case in the house and walk outside. Guess what? It's immediately soaked inside. It's got condensation on it.
Right now, if I walked outside of my house, it'd be like 14 degrees.
Now, see, that's something that would worry me flying worse than flying with moisture.
Really? Are you kidding? Really?
Absolutely, because I know what cold temperatures do to batteries and things.
But so yeah, batteries. Yeah, you're not going to get nearly
half the life of
time
it
to fly with a cold battery, but yet you're not going to get the humidity and the moisture because of it, because it's totally dry.
Right.
It's
you're not going to get nearly the amount of flight time.
And in fact,
Arctic cold like where I'm at.
Right.
Sure. But I will also tell you this. Density altitude, if you study on that a little bit, has a huge effect on how well any aircraft flies, whether it's a quad, an airplane, a helicopter, or whatever.
Huge effect on lift and performance. I get that. I work on a helicopter all the time.
The cooler and the more still the air is, the more stable the flight will be. I mean, that's just.
I totally agree with you. Totally. Which is why I would rather fly in the cold than I would in a rainstorm.
Well, I'd rather that as well.
What's the point of breaking a motor in water? I'm curious about that. Like, why do you do that?
We used to do it with our race RC cars back in the day, because when you get a fresh set of brushes on a brushed motor, because back then we didn't have brushless, there was no such thing. Okay, I'm talking
Maglab.
40 years ago, you know, 25, 35 years ago.
Can I play the audio, Brian?
To get the best performance out of the motor, you want the brushes seated, kind of like seating the piston rings in a cylinder. So you put it in water and you run it at high speed, and that will wear the brushes down really quickly, seat them to the armature core without generating any heat whatsoever, and it washes away all the debris. So you end up with a very clean break-in on your brushes.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
I would have never thought you would put those in water like that.
Oh, yep, absolutely you can, certainly.
Now, whose audio is this, Brian? I don't know.
Mac is raging time to go. What's going?
Mac is his dog, because Brian's dog.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Took me a
audio is licensed, so shit, I can't play it.
Yeah.
Oh, they probably got me for that already then.
Maybe not. Depends. Seen drone go underwater and take off from water. Yeah, they've got drones that are capable of going underwater and landing in water. Those red ones, what's it called? They're like 20. It looks like a Phantom 4, and it's like $2,500 or something, or $3,500. It's like an orange color.
The Swell Pro?
What's it called?
The Swell Pro drone?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Jim's Droning was talking about that earlier.
Yeah, and that one, the gimbal motors, they put the gimbal underwater all the time. So it's absolutely doable. But anyway.
Well, then why was it such a big thing when DJI was touting their IP43 rating, which they were telling you, if you remember,
wasn't that more covering the chassis?
You could only go, but that the rain couldn't be at more than a 60-degree angle. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. That had something to do with the chassis, though, didn't it? Not so much the motors in particular.
I don't know what it does, but I know how it's put together. The motor's here, and then it's got the two long wires that go down to the ESC, and they plug into the ESC, which is about halfway up the damn arm. And somehow these things were shorting out, and I've seen too many videos of it doing the circle down to death.
Oh, yeah, because it loses one motor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't control.
No.
You know,
but I do know that you can fly an Inspire 1 with one prop, half to 3/4 gone.
Yeah, you cut it up, didn't you?
Yeah. No. Well, I sheared it off hitting a cement pillar on a bridge on my Inspire 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I saw someone actually take. Oh, I did. I did watch a video where somebody actually took scissors.
Really?
To the props and wanted. You know, for intelligent people, we can be dumb sometimes.
Hey, it's all in the research and science, right?
I guess so, because
how much damage can this take and still fly? Well, I'll
yeah,
tell you
splash
what,
drone, right?
And splash drone, yeah. An Inspire 1 version 2 with a Z3 camera, which is the zoom version of the X3,
right
under it, with 3/4, half to 3/4 of a propeller on one motor, is one squirrely son of a bitch to try to fly.
Would you hit a concrete wall?
I hit a concrete pillar, a bridge embankment. I was trying to fly between the pillars that hold the bridge up, you know, in between them.
Yeah.
And depth perception, because it was about 500 yards away. I thought I was well the other side of the pillar, and turned out that I was. When you can find that video on my channel, go look at the video. I was heading almost dead toward the pillar. I'm surprised I just didn't crash right there and burn.
You know, Welsh Rob has a splash drone, and he hates that thing. He says it's not very good. In his opinion, it isn't. No, he said he doesn't like the way it flies and everything.
Oh wow! Because I've seen a lot of videos on that thing, and it seems pretty incredible.
Well, I mean, it's just his own personal opinion. He's told me he
Sure.
doesn't like it.
One of my first, we cut down props with nail clippers to fit the ducts with lighter 3-blade props versus the 4-blade props.
Okay. That's interesting. There you go.
The video I saw was just one of us trying to see how far he could go before it wouldn't,
before it wouldn't fly anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy people, man. But yeah, they just have a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, I will say the gimbal on these drones is amazing because that drone was dancing like this,
Yeah.
and spinning. And in the video, you almost can't tell because the Inspire camera will rotate 360 under the drone.
Right.
So if it happens to be rotated almost all the way around, you can get a full rotation out of the drone without ever losing video on the camera because it hasn't caught up with itself yet.
Can you pull up your video?
Oh my God, I can try to find it. I haven't went and looked for that thing in forever. Let me see.
Bill, Rob just recently got that drone, so it's probably the new one. He went on a damn shopping spree last few months. He bought an Inspire 2. He bought a Air 2S, a Mini 2, a splash drone.
See, I wouldn't have much use for a Mini at all,
Some of them you're duplicating what you've already got.
Right. I wouldn't mind having a decked out Inspire 2 though.
Hey, that Inspire 2 is a sexy bird. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
That's a nice looking freaking drone.
It's nice when the blades go up, but not only that, the boom arms. But Mel will tell you, the thing's agile as hell in the air. It's
son of a yeah.
Just the aesthetic look of it, though. It's such a nice looking drone.
And it's very, very stable because it's heavier. It's like your M210, Jim. It's like, it's a rock in the air.
I as far as just having fun, the Inspire 1 is much better. The M210 is like the M600. It's a rock in the air.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you put that damn Inspire into Addy mode, and you can glide across the sky at 60 miles an hour. It's crazy.
Okay,
yeah,
I found it.
I want to get an Inspire, either one or two, but
let's see if this is it.
Drone Nerds was actually selling refurbished ones for about $1,000.
And the guy Helicopter, two words, Helicopter. He made up his own TB47 battery with a bunch of 18650s.
Oh wow!
Kept the same battery board on top, the cover and the board, and just put 18650s in there and did them in parallel, of course. You got the bitch working.
Okay, so right. I found the video, Jim.
Just pop it up.
Okay. I'm not sure I know how to do that.
Just put the link in the chat. That's probably easier, and then Jim can pull it up.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, Bill, I'm not sure which one he has, but knowing Rob, he probably has the newest one.
Why did he buy so many different drones?
Honestly, I don't know, but he bought the Inspire 2 with the X7 camera. Like, he's got the whole setup.
That's the way to go. If you're going to get an Inspire 2, get the X7.
Yeah, he went on a nice little shopping spree over the last, 3 or 4 months.
Mel, it's not in the chat.
It's in the StreamYard chat, Jim.
Give it a second. Might take a minute to pop up.
Private chat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There it is. Okay. All right.
And back then I was probably still using YouTube music. So if there's any music in it, it's YouTube.
All right, cool. Let's let the ad play first.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Well, we don't have a choice. You can't stop the ads.
Oh, you can't. Oh, that's right.
The only ones I think you can control if you're monetized is the mid-roll. I think you can take those out of your videos.
Okay.
Okay, so skip forward a little ways.
Today.
Because what you're going to see here is I take off, and then I'm going to fly down
Michigan,
and I'm going to fly next to that train car there. I'm at the Rail Museum in Port Huron, Michigan. And see those two bridge pillars ahead of me right there?
Yeah.
Those are that's what you're going to want to keep your eye on. So you can scroll forward a little bit more if you want.
Well, no, you're starting to go pretty fast here.
Yeah.
What? Oh, you mean those metal brackets?
No, the concrete.
No, the big pillars.
Oh, you had the angle of the dangle off, huh?
The distance, yeah. I thought I was between them. And see, because what I'm doing here is I turn my camera way down to the left, okay, by hand.
Right.
And then I fly straight ahead. I rotate the drone and I fly straight ahead so that, because I wanted a sideways shot on this thing. Okay, see? Like this. I didn't want to. Yeah.
You're trying to line it up to go through it.
Yeah. So then I got to wait for traffic, and then I cross the road. See, so I look for the cars and I wait for them. And that's where I'm standing.
Okay, I saw that.
And now I thought I was between the pillars. So here's where the video gets interesting. So from here on, you just let it play. So I know there's nobody coming that way. I look back this way, and I wanted to make sure I showed this on the video, make sure nobody could accuse me of crossing.
So now you're worrying about the damn cars, plus getting the drone across quickly, and the person walking there.
So I get across the street, and I stall enough time to let the people walk through, and then I'm headed for my shot under the bridge.
Oh.
Boink.
Now, I heard it. It went brrr, as that propeller was clipping that. Now, here's the drone spinning. Look at the camera angle. I had the camera straight and center. The drone is tilted and spinning so hard that you can see the leg of the landing gear in the shot.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
What mode were you in?
Well, now it's in ADDI mode.
Okay, that's why. You think that's why?
No, I put it in ADDI mode so I could fly it.
No. I mean, when it hit that side, was it? Because why didn't?
Oh, it was in GPS mode until I hit the bridge.
You didn't see this on your phone? What the hell were you? Did you have a 6-inch phone?
I was looking at the drone instead of my screen.
Oh,
you see, I was doing what you're supposed to do. Visual line of sight.
Okay. Now the whole thing makes sense.
This was the day I learned, screw looking at the drone, watch the damn screen so you can see where you're going.
Because you did make a quick move there. Boom, right there.
Yep. Well, that was when I heard the propeller hitting the concrete.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard it. It went brrr, as it was shearing off. And I ended up out over the river, and I thought, oh, my God, my drone's going in the water.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, you know how far when the landing gear are down? See, now there I rotate because my yaw is way off. I can't control the drone. The yaw is going nuts. So I had to actually rotate the drone in the direction that it wanted to rotate to get it to come back around so I could make it come straight toward me. Otherwise, it just wanted to spin.
Yeah.
Now, you know how far the gimbal is from the ground.
Holy shit.
When the landing gear are down, right, Jim?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I picked grass out of the lens filter on the camera. The screw-on lens filter.
Hey,
because I had ND filters for that. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just got back in here.
So that's what's left of the prop.
What drone was that?
Inspire 1 version 2.
Okay. And when you hit the thing, was there a return to home at all that you could have pushed and maybe let it do its own thing, or did you have to physically fly
It was the yaw when that prop got shortened, the yaw went nuts. It started spinning like a top.
Okay.
So I put it in ADDI mode so that I could control it.
Okay.
And then I flew it back to ground. If you watch it, Jim will let the video play. That's how hard the drone is pitching and dancing. Okay.
You were lucky, bro.
I had to rotate the drone twice because it was slowly rotating. It would not stay straight forward.
Do you think return to home would have helped you?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope. Because return to home won't control yaw. It only controls direction.
And not only that, you got to remember at that time, return to home would, now mine's always set at 140 feet. So return to home would first go up to 140 feet, then decide to come home.
You're right.
At that point, it would have went up under the bridge.
He didn't have that kind of time.
No, I didn't
have that kind of time.
That's right. I didn't have that kind of time.
Good save, bro.
I had to fly that drone.
Better to replace a prop,
right?
Than an entire drone.
Even a prop and a camera. Well, at this point, I had 2 of them. So, but anyway, it's like,
good save.
You see me standing over there.
Did it shear off just the one prop, or did it get 2 of them?
The right front?
So, as the picture I'm looking at right now, with you standing in the background there,
yeah.
At that point right there, when you're standing there, you're going, "Oh, thank God."
Actually, what you don't see in the picture is I reach around and I pull the turds out of my pants.
Yeah. Where's the shot where it's showing you compared to?
Just past the train car.
All right, and just get this damn stop video out of there.
That's why it's important to try to remain calm when you get something like that happen.
Oh, absolutely.
What the drone is going to do is rotate.
Imagine we all know some guys that fly, right?
Yeah.
Imagine what some would have done in this situation.
Oh yeah.
Their drone would have been in the river. Okay, right there.
You see the red arrow?
Yeah.
That's
where
Mel
I'm standing. That's pointing at me.
And he's trying to line up with this.
So it's about 200, maybe 200 yards, 150 yards away.
And
it's not a long ways away. Huh?
That was an Inspire 1?
Version 2, yeah.
How did you switch to ADDI mode so quickly?
How did what?
How did you switch to ADDI mode so quickly?
Switch on the controller.
Switch on the controller.
So I've never flown an Inspire. There's just one switch.
Yeah, there's a switch on the controller. You flip the switch and it's in ADDI mode.
So okay, awesome. So if it was a Mavic like my Mavic 2, what would have I done?
You can't. You don't have ADDI mode on Mavic 2.
You don't have that option.
I'm just fucked.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
they're gonna auto rotate down. It's always gonna come down and auto rotate. What Mel did was he yawed the bird with it.
Right.
He went with the direction that it wanted to go.
Right.
Because he was over water. He was able to get it back to him.
My first concern was getting.
Yeah.
I put it over the water because my first concern was getting it away from people because I wasn't sure I'd be able to control it. Then once I got the drone over the river, I looked around and made sure nobody was close to me. Then I started bringing it to me.
You know, I was looking and I was saying, imagine if you had tried the other one, because the other one looks smaller. The other concrete.
Yeah, it is. It is smaller. It is smaller and further away from where I was.
What was it, Mel, that you hit the concrete pillar?
Right here.
He was looking at the bird instead of looking at
What's that?
You were looking at the bird and not the controller?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then he heard the blade actually hit the
I heard the blade hitting the concrete right here. It went.
That's That's an ugly. That's ugly, isn't it?
I can't believe that you were fast enough on the sticks after hearing that burr to get it to hell to the left like that.
Right.
I think the rotation of the prop and the drone itself kind of deflecting off of the pillar helped.
Oh,
you know,
it probably did.
Did.
Good save, Mel.
The drone wants to rotate to the left. It wants to yaw to the left, and it's dancing. My right stick was back and forth on the roll. I mean, because I was trying to keep it level. I could control the yaw much better than I was able to control the roll. And
dumb question, but your boom arms are up, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you on an Inspire, you are never, ever, ever gonna see your legs, and you're seeing a leg now.
Never. So that tells you, Jim, because you know the bird well. That tells you the angle that drone is at right now.
That's crazy, man.
That was a hell of a save.
Good save, Mel.
But those FPV guys will tell us camera GPS drones aren't pilots, right?
I gotta tell you though, kind of smart to yaw it like that, to think that quickly.
Well,
I don't know if I would have thought that quickly.
It's yawing on its own.
Yeah,
so my only option was full right rudder would not stop the yaw.
Right.
Okay. So my only option was at opportune times give it full left rudder, full left yaw, and rotate it on around.
And then didn't do any other damage
right
to the
before it come to where I wanted it pointed, I switched back to right yaw again, and right rudder.
So Mel, and you might have covered this earlier or not. I don't know. I wasn't here. But what was the extent of the damages?
That prop.
That's it.
I had to pick some grass out of the. If you look at the camera, it's got that black ring on the front. That's a lens filter that's screwed onto the front of the camera. I had to pick grass out of the threads on the bottom of that.
And that prop.
And that prop.
Well, here's the prop. There's the prop.
Wow.
Now those Inspire 1 props are like 12 inches long.
Good job, Mel. Way to go, brother. Way to save that Inspire.
Well, no praise needed, but thank you.
Did it hit hard, or did it kind of come down gradually?
No.
Or did it?
No. It was 15 feet in the air and full down. Once I cleared the bank and I was back over sidewalk and grass, it was straight down. Because I thought I can fix landing gear legs. I just don't want to lose the drone in the water. That was
Were you able to extend the landing gear?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah. Because see, now, and here's another thing. The Inspire drones have the auto landing gear feature. When you take off, it'll automatically raise the landing gear.
Right.
It will also automatically lower the landing gear when the drone gets in within like 4 or 5 feet of the ground. It will stop and hover and then lower the landing gear, and then it will land because you're trying to tell it to land. Okay. A friend of mine that had 2 Inspire 1 Pros said, turn that off. Go in your app and turn that off. You need to be able to control that landing gear when you want to.
Oh, my.
And he said, because in an emergency where something's going on and you have to land quickly, you may not have that extra 5 seconds or 10 seconds to let the drone come in and sit, drop its legs, and say, lowering landing gear, landing, right?
Now, let me give you.
You don't have time for that.
Let me give you a quick story. This is also the Inspire 1. The Inspire 1 has no other sensors except the bottom sensor.
That's
the bottom sonar.
Got. Yep.
So
and it's not a visual sensor either, is it? It's just
sonar. It's just sonar. Sonic,
yeah, that's it.
So mine, we got a gust of wind that came through. So I stopped the bird and let it sit there and let it handle the gust, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was over a palm tree. It decided that the palm tree was the ground and lowered the boom arms, which caught the palm tree and sent the bird down 26 feet.
Oh, shit.
That's my story of how I learned to never use the automatic landing gear.
Oh,
Yep.
sure.
Yep. See, because the landing gear only takes, Jim, what, 3 seconds to come down and go up?
Yeah, it's not that long.
It doesn't take very long at all. So when you're looking at that video, on that last rotation of the drone coming back around to face dry grass, I knew then I was going to make land with it, and that's when I hit the landing gear switch.
Well, so you hit it yourself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And was it
because there's a
completely
switch on the
deployed before it
controller.
hit
If
the
you
ground?
turn that off in the app, there's a switch on the controller that you flip the switch to make the landing gear go up or down.
Sure.
Matt
But
said,
when you hit it, when you hit that landing gear, I think it's just a little toggle switch on the remote, if I'm not mistaken.
It's like a
slider
rotary
slider.
toggle, yeah.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
side of the drone.
So
Yeah.
you hit that, and from the point that you hit that, from the point that it landed, were those gear down?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You see this switch?
Yeah, right there. You bet. Yeah, Jim.
That
That's the
switch
landing
is
gear
the
switch.
one is the landing gear.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yep.
So you can go up or down on that.
You were
And
able
that's
to
also
hit
the
that,
home, that's also the home button.
Yeah.
and
And
the
then
gear
showing the
came
top of the
down.
controller, Jim, where the mode switch is.
Oh.
The gear came down in enough time for you to land.
Yeah.
Or for it to land.
Yeah.
Matt, Matt had a
See
comment
the
on
dial?
your video.
That adjusts your camera, and then there's
Right.
your
Sport,
program,
attitude, and program.
Yep.
Did you
Or
have
they used to call it function at that time, F,
Yeah. Right.
for function mode or some shit.
Yeah.
But Kelly, here's the one I'm talking
But
about.
that
Where
switch
you've
right
got
there
to
will
wear.
shut
This
your
thing is so
GPS off
goddamn
immediately.
heavy. You have to wear the lanyard.
Oh yeah. And I think lanyards are awesome just for that reason.
I mean,
Jim,
it's
did you
just too
see
much.
Did you see the tray setup that I gave to Chris Hope?
No,
'Cause
I've only seen the
I
tray
still
that
have
Mitch has.
I don't know what Mitch has.
The one that he made that sits over his shoulders. He can go like this, and it sits on his shoulders.
Well, I have one that you put it on like a shoulder holster. It comes around your waist under your arms,
Yeah.
and it comes over your shoulders, and it's got two lanyard connectors that connect on each side of it.
This is the Sendence remote controller. This tray here, this is actually a tray, is made to pull out. So you could actually put another tray in there and all that. And I thought they were going to, like the smart controller, Mel, the original one.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to use that for further development.
Oh, right.
Well, they
Jim,
didn't.
Where does your lanyard hook to? See,
The
on
front-
yours, you have
front of
it,
the
you have it
controller.
on the controller.
Yeah.
Where, like I said, on the Air 2 and like the Mini 2 controllers, when you put your phone clip in there,
Right.
or your phone holster or whatever,
Right.
and you clip your lanyard to that, it doesn't take much to pull it out.
Well, see,
So
this
it really
one-
doesn't help.
if I want to change my shutter or something like that, I press one of these buttons on the left and spin the dial on the right.
Yep.
It's just that fast. EV, manual focusing,
Yep.
all that shit. Shutter, aperture control, it's all right there. And I just spin the dial and I'm done in seconds.
So
Hey, Bob.
on mine, I have the smart controller, and so you have, if you could, it's downstairs on my bench. But
Mel,
if
you got yours, buddy?
if you can envision the smart controller.
Yeah, I do.
I bought a little bracket that mounts on the bottom part of the controller.
Right.
So I have the thumb things and then the screen, but then the lanyard attaches to that bracket. So it's completely out of the way. Completely out of the way. I've never had a problem at all. And if I get to the point where I need to let go of it, right there it is.
Let me
Well-
go get. I'll be right back. I'm
Well,
gonna,
see, that's
Jim,
why
I'm
I
gonna fill
wished-
my coffee cup, and I'm gonna get this other tray. I want to show you.
All right.
Well,
I'll be
see,
right
this
back.
is why I wish DJI would have put a lanyard clip on the controller.
Why didn't
Because
they?
I don't know, because that's why I said when you put those phone mounts in here and you have it clipped to the phone mount and then you drop it, it wants to unclip. The phone mount wants to come right up out of it.
Sure, yeah.
And so it's useless at that point.
There's nothing on it anywhere. There's no quarter 20 holes or anything.
No, there's nothing to clip a lanyard to unless you were to put it around the antenna, but
that would get in your way, right?
Yeah, it would.
Oh, yeah. So it's not really viable to put that
And if you guys remember on that Mavic Mini that I crashed, that's not compatible with my smart controller. So I don't have the lanyard thing. I have to do the whole phone thing and the controller. And I don't have the lanyard for that. But on the smart controller that I have, it's actually awesome.
See, I don't use a lanyard at all just because of that simple fact that I've tried to use one with that.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't, it doesn't take much for it to want to pop right up out of the controller.
Right.
So then it becomes more of a nuisance than it is just to hold it.
That is
on a smart controller.
No, on what he's got right there.
No, I'm talking about on this.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I can't set it down because then it puts all the weight on the bracket and it just wants to pop right up out of the controller.
And on the smart controller, it's just kind of like the opposite. It really works well with a smart controller.
Can you do that? What I see, he doesn't know what's behind that in the case.
What?
To put a hole in it, and they have the things that the eye bolts pop out. You know what an eye bolt is, right? It pops out.
Yeah.
And so he could use that for a lanyard thing, but you don't, in that kind of controller, you don't know if there's any blank space behind there. You don't want to be drilling into a circuit board.
Jim. Who's drilling a hole in what?
Gary, Brent Ariel says, just drill a hole in it, Justin, and put an eye bolt in it.
Ooh.
But you don't know.
I wouldn't drill a hole in anything. You might avoid
like Bill says, Gorilla Glue something to it, but I don't really want to glue something on my controller. That's just my personal opinion.
I'm thinking the warranty will be void.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother with that. I would just deal with it.
Well, honestly, I don't like lanyards anyway because I just don't like the feeling of them around my neck anyway. So I just choose not to use them.
I'm with you, man. I don't like them around my neck either. But when I do wear my lanyard, I wear a lot of hoodies.
Yeah.
So
you put it around.
I do because I hate shit around my neck.
This is the thick belt kind.
Yeah, I don't like wearing shit around my neck either.
Well, just your standard lanyard.
Yeah.
You know the thicker standard lanyards like that, they just feel like they dig into your neck.
I get you, man. But I always put them around something around my neck so I don't have to deal with that.
I got the wrong color shirt on to see this.
You see what Mel's got? The original Inspires came out with shoulder holders like that.
And I would be okay with that.
Yeah,
I would absolutely be okay. If I'm going to fly my drone all day long at a job site, I'd be okay with that.
Oh, Brent said he was joking, Jim, about the eye bolt.
I know, but look at Justin. Mike Gross says Air Photography showed something.
He said that probably won't slip out, so it's like a different design. But I mean, I'll look up some different ones and see if they have any different things. But I just know from my personal experience, I don't like to use the lanyard.
Look what he's got going on down there. I love that. I do. I truly love that.
All the weight is on my shoulders. There's nothing on my neck.
That's
my
awesome,
shoulders
man.
Across my back.
Oh yeah, I do like that.
And
absolutely.
This tray has more stuff you can actually get. These top holes right here, you can put a bar across here that you can mount other monitors on. There's also more holes in the bottom that you can mount other stuff on.
Perfect.
Hey, Robert, if you got
amazing.
If you got a link for that, Robert, put it in the chat.
Yeah, you throw that in the link, man. I'd love that.
I gave one of these to Chris Hope, but yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why I wish that. Yeah, see, I wish I had something that actually held the controller like that. It's pretty nice.
now look at the pinch, right? So you can set your hands anywhere. They even have attachments that fasten on the side of this, and it's actually called a hand rest.
Yeah, they look like armrests.
So that you can, yeah, they do. So that you can rest your hands on the side and be able to manipulate your sticks and controls.
Nice.
And
How much-
stabilize your hands.
Jim, we were looking at those brackets the other day when
Mitch was on.
When Mitch was on. How much were those? Those were like a couple $100, weren't they, just for the bracket?
The cheapest one I saw was $80.
Okay.
The SeaCraft.
Hey Mel, can you?
That's exactly what this is. SeaCraft.
Wait a minute, Justin. While I got you,
Mel,
what I'm talking about, when I'm talking about thumbing, I'm talking about my thumb is on the side of the stick, and I just roll my thumb
right on the ball part.
Right, like that. That's all I do is I roll my thumb.
But see, your area of the joystick on that controller is a lot bigger. These ones are really small. I don't know if you'd be able to do that on these ones.
You are right. It is different. What size thing monitor can you get into that?
I'll tell you, I can't fit my iPhone XR in there with the case on it. This is what pisses me off about the drone companies is they don't design these damn things to take phones with cases, and 90% of people have cases on their phones.
Right.
It's so annoying.
Yep.
So if I don't use a phone, I can't put my phone in there.
That's where I come in.
3D print something.
Hey
To
Mel,
go onto the back of the controller.
Ask
will
Bob Casey how he likes his.
Mel,
But this,
Mel, with that little right there, what you showed us, would you put that in the description with a link so we can look at that?
It's
and order it?
SeaCraft.
It's SeaCraft.
Jim knows what it is.
Throw it in the link, man.
SeaCraft trays.
This thing should have come up another half-inch at least.
Easily, Justin.
Because my iPhone XR, that's a pretty decent sized phone, and you add an OtterBox case onto it.
Oh, OtterBox is the bomb.
But that's the thing, though, is OtterBoxes are thick cases, and they got to realize people are putting OtterBoxes on Samsungs and iPhones, and this is what people are flying with, are $1,000 phones, and they need to design these things around those type of phones and cases. It's ridiculous that they don't do that. It's really annoying.
Agreed.
This is one ad for a SeaCraft tray. Let's make this bigger. But they make a shitload of different ones.
They make different styles and they make different attachments, and you can totally customize it to whatever suits your needs.
Yeah, because Mitch was showing us a little armrest, but he had taken his off because he said he didn't like them. But yeah, he showed us.
Perfect.
Run through.
Oh,
this.
Mitch had the handrest on his.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he had the big old thing though that where it like hangs on you like
over his shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what mine does. It's over my shoulders and around my back.
And he put a piping
what are we
like
doing?
Piping cover shit on it, kind of as cushions for it.
Let's just show it.
Let's see. Where's Ken?
But I really like the shoulder strap that you were using because it's more compact. The one that Mitch had was kind of bulky as far as toting it around with you.
Yeah, he had made that for his own comfort.
Like the one Mel has, you can throw that in a backpack.
A while, but same. I'm sure.
I don't remember when we got talking about those, Justin. Do you? John Coopy was telling me I should put chapters in these things.
Well,
we
Mitch
talked
too.
about so much different stuff.
Just keep going. You'll see the window pop up from when you looked it up. Right? Go back. I think that might have been it.
There we are. See that, Kelly? There's a boatload of different trays showing the
yeah, see, that was a $200 one. That's the one that
well, look at the one for $56. The Tarrant T
128.76.
Yes. $56. And then Mitch comes and shows us his with the he put shoulder thingies
I
on.
want to
Where
say
the hell-
it was.
Which I really like. I like the shoulder thing.
See, there's a good picture of it right there, Jim.
Oh,
you just had it.
Well, there he is wearing it. Didn't I make him full screen?
You might have.
And that's when we're talking about the smart controller.
But see, the only thing with the one, like I said, Mitch has is it's not like, it's kind of bulky if you're going to carry it around with you. Versus like the one Mel has, you can just toss that in a backpack.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where the hell?
The upright part. I mean, if you like slid it in the backpack and let this part stick out, it would go in. But this would be kind of bulky to put in a backpack if it's assembled.
Well, I mean, that's still less bulky than what Mitch has.
Well, look at the red one here. The
this
red one
weighs
here is
nothing.
the one Mel has.
It weighs nothing.
Yeah.
That's SeaCraft transmitter tray.
Yep. That's what it is, guys.
And
right
to
there.
the left of that is the one Mel was just wearing with the straps around them.
And you can see the one where your mouse is, Jim. That's the one I've got right there.
Yeah.
With the Inspire controller on it, or Phantom controller.
It doesn't say the price, but we saw it for $50
So
on the other one.
Go to eBay. You can find it on eBay, Jim. That's where you buy them usually, is eBay. Just to show pricing.
SeaCraft transmitter tray, they're calling it. Oh, this is when you pull up SeaCraft, it comes up to furniture.
Well, I need a new couch.
Oh, there it is. Look, the excellent Dubo RC remote controller.
Now they make that thing that's just that's metal. That's like a shoulder harness that you put on.
Right.
That to me is ridiculous. I like the one that does webbing strap that goes around your back.
Mitch took the big round pipe foam and put pipe foam on his.
Yeah,
No.
see, that doesn't bother me. The webbing strap stuff doesn't bother me. I don't have a problem with that.
Robert Glazier, I actually have that mount that you posted that's on Amazon. I actually won it on Fly Zone Drones show when you first started. But the problem is my phone is too big for the antenna. It doesn't fit inside the antenna. That's the only reason I don't use that one. I just can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. If I can find it, I can show you guys.
So there's an image for you to share, Jim.
Okay. Oh, you made a clip? This is Mel's 3D printing.
Oh, here we go.
Now, the surface that you're seeing there is actually what would be facing away from you. Okay. This thing twists into, let me see if I can get over there. Yeah, my mouse shows up. Right here, this twists in between the two bars. And then this square corner right here goes against the bottom of your phone holder. Mm-hmm. And then up here, you put your tablet, and this angle is just right to make your tablet go right into the top of the controller where the rubber feet are that hold your phone on the controller itself. And that right there is a iPad Mini 4 mount adapter. And I make a longer one that'll hold up to a 10-inch iPad.
Oh, so that should work on the Mini, on the Air too, because it's the same controller.
Sure, it's the same controller. It'll work on any one of those controllers.
Now make me full screen, Jim. I want to show you this mount that I have that I was talking to Robert Glazier about.
Let me find my mouse. All right. There you go.
Now, see, this one I won off of a contest on Fly Zone Drone one night. But see, this one pops in like this.
Your camera's blurry. Focus your camera.
That better?
Put your hand in front of it or something. Up close, like you love it. Yeah, blank it out and then make it focus again.
Did it focus in?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so this pops in like this, but the problem is this isn't wide enough for my phone.
Still not wide enough.
And that's the thing is, this isn't worth me having to take my phone out of the case every single time I want to fly, because it's annoying taking an OtterBox in and out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not the easiest thing to do.
Well, it's not super hard. It's just annoying because it is, you know what I'm saying? It wears your case out over time if you're constantly taking it off and putting it back on.
Yep.
It
That's
ruins
like mine. I've got the rubber stuff around my OtterBox, and where I plug my charger cable in, that's about to like come off.
That's a thick ass case. I'll tell you, I've got the cheap.
This case right here is probably
piece
5
of
years
plastic.
old.
Now,
This
look, I had
thing comes off in 2 seconds.
Look, I had to modify my case so my cables from my drone plug in. I cut the plastic piece down here and then cut the rubber part out and took the battery thing off.
See, I don't use my phone to fly a drone at all. Even when I never did.
I can't.
Well,
I can't do it.
My cable will slide right in this slot.
I bought a Mini 4 and I bought a regular 10-inch iPad strictly for flying DJI drones.
That's the way I went.
These tablets have ever been used for.
See, watch, I'll show you the mail right here. I refigured it so the cable goes in and then it slides, it goes down in this little gap right here so it doesn't it doesn't mess with the port, damage the port from the cable being like twisted or anything. So it can kind of go down in that groove right there.
I'm looking for the pictures because somewhere I have pictures of this adapter that I made in a controller holding a tablet. I just can't find the pictures.
I can't find the one Mitch was made and was showing us with the padding on it that went around his shoulders, and they open up like a V, like a clamshell, to go on you. I mean, it's not a big deal. You saw the flat ones, but I would imagine them digging into my shoulder. I wouldn't want that.
Yeah. Well,
but those little memory foam seatbelt covers would be perfect for that. The little seatbelt covers people.
Yeah.
Or the sheepskin things, maybe.
I've got the sheepskin on my car. Oh, here. This is where he's showing it. But that's the one we were looking at, not his. So he put the padding on his.
Now, is that what he has?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder he has padding on it. That's metal. That's putting metal straps. You may as well strap damn chest iron to your chest. Medieval stretch chest iron on.
Digging into your shoulders for sure.
To me, that's just too bulky. You don't want to carry around personally.
Where the hell?
I agree with that. Okay, I'm trying to find.
Let me know when you find it, and I'll take this crap down.
I'm looking, Jim. I'm looking. I may not find it.
I'm not finding the one where Mitch showed us his with the padding on it, but we did see the armrests on it. We could see it there. Is he on? No, he did a Google search.
Bob, I got the XR, the iPhone 10 XR, so it's a little bit bigger.
That is a pain in the ass when they don't. And like I was saying, they keep coming out with different controllers for every different drone. It's friggin' annoying. You know what, Mel?
You know what annoys me? Is when they come out with a drone that is capable of being flown with the smart controller, so they make an update for the smart controller, which screws you all up, even if you don't have that drone.
Yes.
Because
look at
now
this.
You have to do the update eventually.
Your tray on here, on this drone site, Florida Drone Supply, is $90. We just saw it for $50.
That's exactly the tray that I have right there.
And that's the thing, though, is that, like Mel was saying, that metal is super light. I bet it doesn't even cost that much to even make one of those.
But guys, I'm going to tell you a little secret. In January or February, I'm going to have a CNC end mill, and I'll make stuff like that.
Well, then I guess I'm waiting until January or February. Be just in time for the April meetup.
That's what I have, the iPad Mini 4, but it won't work with the damn Fly app. Oh, I didn't know that.
No,
Well,
I can't compete with China on prices, but
well, see, the iPad Mini 4, it's just it maxes out the CPU when you try to fly with it, even if you just have the Fly app on it, and it freezes really bad. It's just not.
I've got the 128 gig iPad Mini 4, and I never had a problem with the Inspire 1 or the Phantom or nothing.
Yeah, that's
no. I'm talking about in the past year. A lot of people have had issues flying with it because the hardware's kind of getting out of date in them, and they keep updating the Fly apps and all that.
Oh,
yeah. And so it's starting now where a lot of people get this error message when they're flying. It will say maxed out CPU, and then your video and everything will start freezing on it.
They have said, though, that don't upgrade to OS 15.
Well, if you have the 16 gig, you don't even have enough memory to do it.
I've got the 128, but
yeah,
there's something about iPad Mini 4 version operating system 15 don't play nice with our drones. So I'm staying at 14.8.
I mean, if you're going to fly with the iPad Mini, you might as well just update to either a 5 or 6.
Well, I already got the 4, and it's all like Mel. All I use it for is flying the drone.
Unless you're going to use it for other stuff, there's no need to update it, and there's no need to do anything with it. In fact, mine don't even have internet service. I have to connect them to Wi-Fi, so they don't even know that they need an update.
Mine too.
It
doesn't have cellular.
They can't check, and they can't, I'm not finding the images, Jim. Someplace I have images of this bracket holding a 10-inch tablet, but I can't find them.
The Go 4 app, I don't know why they didn't stick with, since it has so much functionality to it, or at least put the Air 2S and the Mavic 3 onto the Go 4 app rather than the Fly app.
Oh, thanks, Gary. I won't have anything to do with the Fly app because I won't have a drone that uses the Fly app.
Well, the app itself, there's nothing wrong with it. They just haven't added the same features that the Go 4 app has, because every individual drone in the app has a different menu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not the app itself that's the issue. It's just they haven't allowed you to have the same functionality as the Go 4 app.
Or they haven't built it into it. Because if I turn on the Go 4, it asks me which drone I'm using, and you slide up and down.
Well, it's the same thing on the Fly app. You have a menu, and there's a picture of each drone, and you just press the picture. But usually, when you hook up your controller, it automatically knows which drone you're hooking up to, and it will just go right to the flight screen.
I guess I used to have that problem when I had 15 drones, but now that I just have one, it knows the smart controller knows what drone I'm flying, so I don't have to worry about it.
Well, the Fly app, once you plug in your controller and you turn your drone and your controller on, and you just wait a few seconds, it will automatically go to the drone. It knows which drone's plugged into the app, and then it automatically goes to the flight screen. Like, you don't necessarily have to pick the drone.
Oh, okay.
It will automatically do it. That's also, there's nothing really wrong with the app itself. It's just they didn't add the functionalities that you get with the Go 4 app in each drone. They've limited it.
Right.
You can't do a lot of camera settings and stuff like that. But like I said, the Mavic 3 being on there right now, once they add, I'm sure eventually they'll add all those same features that the Go 4 app is under the menu for the Mavic 3. You know what I'm saying? And it's specific menu for it.
Bob, you should come on here and show everybody your controller with your adapter on it with your tablet that I made for you. Bob's got one. Ken Hoffbauer's got one. In fact, Ken Hoffbauer he let me hold his drone and controller for a couple days while he ran and got something done on his car or something when he was here. And I used it to get all the measurements I needed to create this thing and make it work. Modify what I had, modify what I'd found online, and kind of come up with my own sort of version.
Is that all they have on it, Robert or Bob Glazier? Just the 2 drones on the Fly app?
No, there's like you have the DJI FPV, you got the Mini, you got the Mini 1. I think the Mini SC has its own. I'm not sure about that. And then
Wasn't
they have
there?
the
Wait. Wasn't there a Mimo app?
Yeah, that's for like the Osmo cameras and stuff.
Yeah, but on the Fly app, you have the Mini, you have the Mini 2, the Air 2, the Air 2S, the Mavic 3, and the DJI FPV. And I think the Mini SC has its own thing from the Mini 1, but I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure.
You know what's funny, because it's so many years later. My Osmo Plus and my Osmo Pro use the original Go app. So it's just called DJI Go instead of Go 4.
Yep.
Well, so does the Phantom 4. So Chris Hope still uses that on this Phantom 4.
Yeah, the Phantom 4 Pro uses the Go 4 app, though.
I
think.
I don't know, probably.
I don't
less
remember.
functionality and more processor required for the Fly app.
Well, is that really taking a step backwards, or is that just because things are getting more advanced and need more processing power? I mean,
I
don't
know.
We're talking about a Mavic Mini piece of shit toy thing that acts like a big boy. Why does it need more power?
Well, I'm just saying in general.
I'm just messing.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying in general that could be the reason, though, because it's using more modern, even though some of the drones that you guys have that are 4 or 5 years old are still really good drones. They're not necessarily, the chips and stuff aren't necessarily the same as the chips they're using now.
That's true. It's
right.
true. And it's absolutely funny because you're not going any further than you went in 2015. In 2015, my Inspire Pro with the X5 camera on it does everything the Mavic Sin does, the Mavic 3 does. So where have we gone in 6 years, except for putting it on a Mavic 2 sized body, right? But after seeing the price of the Sony AirPeak, I'm one scared son of a bitch at that $9,000 plus $2,200 for the Grimsey gimbal, plus your own camera if you got an A7S III or something like that.
You know what I say about Sony?
What?
Yeah, I showed
He
you.
flipped them off.
Did you miss it?
Because every DJI bird has a Sony sensor on it, including the Mavic 3. So
yeah, but I'm not going to buy a Sony drone.
Oh.
And like Robert Grazer said, he said, I thought the M3 would have its own app. I did too. I honestly thought they were going to build a whole new app for it. But, I mean, to build a whole new app for one drone, though, that might be a bit much.
They're putting out a separate, quote-unquote, pro controller for it. The Sin version, not the regular Mavic 3. The Sin version.
It's that new $1,400 controller.
With a 5-inch screen. Why?
Stupid.
You think it should have been around, about 7-inch, 6.5?
At least.
At least.
If you're doing cinematic stuff, you need a 10 or 12-inch screen.
Right.
I
was thinking a minimum is at least 7 minimum.
I would think a 12 would be perfect.
10. That's what I say. 10 to 12. In fact, it shouldn't even have a screen. It should have a HDMI output that you plug into a
monitor,
20-inch monitor. You know,
right.
Which
is
I've
something
used
I can still do
forever.
with my smart controller.
I told you I burnt out my car battery and alternator, right? I forgot and shut off the car while I was running my TV.
Jim,
there's an
you need
HDMI
this
off the
field
back
monitor
of this.
that I have, Jim.
Off the HDMI on the back of this, I plug it into a TV in the back of my car. And there's an inverter. I have a power inverter that goes into the cigarette lighter.
Yep.
And Jim shut his car off. I just didn't remember.
That'll run your battery dead in a couple hours.
Killed the battery and killed the alternator.
You had to replace the alternator?
Yeah, because the car was originally running, and then my brain just farted, and I went over and shut it off.
It happens.
So then when the car actually started up again, and then I'm driving about a half a mile, and all of a sudden the alternator light came on.
Oh.
Why? It couldn't charge the battery that was drained so low?
No,
I guess.
Destroyed his alternator.
That's weird because shutting the car off, I mean, that shouldn't have hurt the alternator.
Well, the problem is they put the regulator. They don't make regulators anymore. They put the regulator inside the alternator.
Right.
In the old days, when we were our own mechanics, you could just go and change the regulator out. Yeah. Now you got to change the whole alternator because the regulator's inside the alternator.
Yeah, you can't even hardly get a rebuild kit for an alternator anymore and put bushings and bearings in it and brushes and rebuild one yourself.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
You can't. They don't even really do that.
Wait a minute. Are you even old enough to know about that?
Yeah, Come on. No. Let me explain. My dad owned a garage and had a bunch of tow trucks, all that stuff. So
I grew up
around all that.
Jim,
so.
I grew up
this.
Yeah, but it'll cost you $30 to friggin' mail it to me. If that little.
No, it'll cost you $30.
I got.
It probably weighs 5 pounds at least.
That looks like it would fit my Mavic Mini.
I'll give you my address. You got my address.
I've got your address. So you saw it said Mellotron 5000 on the front, right? So here's what you get on the inside.
Oh, that is nice, though, Jim.
Now you can plug it into. I've got a 12-volt input from your car,
right?
Or a Dean's plug for a LiPo battery. So you can run this on a LiPo and carry it out in the field with you. Plug your HDMI cable in right there, turn it on, and bada boom, bada bing.
How much you want for it?
I don't know.
Well, just text me or whatever on the phone. Tell me how much you want, and I'll send it to you.
Well, here's the remote control for it too. If you want to use the remote.
Don't get fancy on me.
Well, the video controller that I bought to control the monitor with, it.
So you built that all yourself, or what?
Yes, he did.
That's
cool. I laser cut the wood to fit the case and everything.
How hard was it finding a monitor that actually fit that?
It was pretty easy because I just tore apart a laptop and then bought a case that the monitor would fit in.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
He bought a control board off of eBay.
Well, I'm sure glad it's in a case.
To run the monitor.
What do you want for that?
And then he put it all together.
Oh, we might have a little bidding war going here, Mel.
Here we go.
Now I got to glue the tag back on because
it fell off.
Yeah. I just dropped the thing on the floor.
How much you want for it?
It's already gone. You were sleeping, Kelly.
Now we're just looking for the details.
Hey, I went to Harbor Freight today, Mel, speaking of Harbor Freight cases. And those bastards were out. I have to replace my Harley jack because I left it outside. the one for it's a 1500. It's an ATV motorcycle jack.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it 2 years ago for $80. They're up to 130 now because of this bringing in whatever we're doing with taxes and inflation. But they only had one for show.
Let me before you get too carried away. I want to tell a little joke. Can I tell a joke?
I bought another one of these and put it together because I
There
sat
you go.
sat on the last one and broke it. I'm tired of breaking shit. Jesus Christ, I'm only 220 pounds.
Well, that's all the shit we buy, Jim. It's all intended to be thrown away now. It doesn't.
Oh, Jesus.
So
Here
Biden,
we go.
Biden.
Here's
Harris,
the Aussie. Here we go.
Schumer, Schiff, and Pelosi.
Yeah.
Are all on an airplane headed for Hawaii for vacation. The plane explodes and crashes into the ocean. Who survives?
The plane? Nobody.
America.
Oh.
Hey, Aussie Matt, what's up?
I can't believe
tell
we're
me
still
the
awake.
truth. Tell me the truth. Is the bullshit I'm seeing on TikTok and the news as bad as it really is over there in Australia?
Yeah.
Are you guys like in fucking prison in your houses?
No. Look, there's only one state that's absolutely going mental at the moment, and that's Victoria. The Prime Minister, what are they calling me?
It's like a governor. It's like your governor.
We call them governors, yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay.
He's a retard. Absolutely.
There's Bob. Bob's going to show off this thing I made, you guys.
Hey, Bob.
So anyway, Matt, yeah, so it's not that bad where you live then.
No, not where I live, but they're opening up the borders. And listen to this, right? Only double vaxxed people are allowed over the border and all that, right? Okay. Number one. Number two, preparing for a COVID influx. So you're just telling the rest of Australia that why get a vaccine because it doesn't work.
Well, I've been seeing something about like you guys have like almost concentration camps type shit going on over there.
Now there are, all right. Now, why are they building these things? That gives me the shits. That does, because what's happening is that this was sprouted early on in the piece, right? And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, this just doesn't make sense. That it's not for COVID. There's no freaking way that's for COVID. They're not spending millions and millions of dollars of compounds. Why? Why are they doing that? It's not because of COVID. Anyway, they're slamming people in there. There was one in Darwin, actually, that she wasn't even symptomatic or anything like that, but she knew someone with COVID, and the cops bailed her up in her bloody driveway and carted her off.
What?
Yeah.
There was another story, I guess 2 boys escaped and they had 2 boys that came back negative, escaped out of one of the camps, and they had to go hunt them down.
Yeah,
the cops went looking for them.
Manhunt for someone without any symptoms.
Yep.
That's
getting
just
stupid.
No, we got some shit going
It's
down.
more
It's
than
nothing to do
just
with
it's
COVID.
more than just a really bad flu that kicks your ass. There's something else going on in the world over this whole thing, and
There is, mate. There is.
Yeah.
There's something more to it, and we just don't know it all yet. We haven't figured it all out, but there is something more to it.
Look, now I'm not sure.
I blame China.
Population control.
So Bob, let's get off that subject. I don't want to get going on that because it'll bring
You'll
everything
go forever,
down.
eh?
Yeah.
That's
Cheers.
another whole show. You got your there you go. You got your controller there, Bob?
You what?
You got your controller with the adapter?
Yep.
Check this out, guys.
Oh, see, yeah, I like that adapter. That's nice.
That's cool.
Look at there. Shake it around, bounce it around. That
That's
thing
what
ain't
I like
going
about it.
nowhere.
And the original cord fits on it too. See?
Yeah, excellent.
See, that's
Now,
what I
is
need.
That's the iPad Mini 5, right, Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Now, I make one just
This is
like
how
that.
easy it is to
that's
take in and out. Right here, look at this.
big enough to hold the 10.
What's the cost on the iPad Mini 5?
Anyway, Mel made that bracket with his 3D printer.
I want to say it's around 400.
The iPad Mini 5?
Yeah, I think it's around like 4 or 5.
400.
What's your processor and stuff, Bob?
256 gigabytes on this.
Oh, you mean like A13 or whatever they are, Mel? Those processors?
The chip, whatever. I somebody was asking.
Can I move that?
Yeah.
Go into it.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know this crap was still a thing.
Oh, it is. It is. It's getting stupid.
We don't even hear about it in Florida. I mean, unless you go looking
because
for
you got
it.
a reasonable damn governor.
That's right.
My man.
There's a lot of states that are starting to wake up now, though, to the we the people stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Australians are dumb as dog shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you prove it every week, Matt.
Well, we get trained. Listen.
Matt, really?
I'll give you that
Come
one.
on, bro.
We'll give you that
I
one.
mean, come on, really? Come on.
Hey, Kelly, I wanted to say happy birthday to you, brother.
Thank you, bud. Appreciate you.
Oh, is it your birthday? Happy birthday.
Thanks, man.
Hey, look at this, Jim.
So, Jim, give me a call tomorrow. We'll talk.
All right, buddy.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All
Bob,
right,
good
Mel.
to see you.
See you, Mel.
Kelly,
Take it
nice
easy,
to
Mel.
meet you. Justin,
Take care, Mel.
Matt.
Appreciate you, bro.
Well, Mel, give me a text when you get home. Are you working tomorrow?
No, I'm off tomorrow. Supposed to be.
All right. I'll give you a call then.
Yeah, just give me a call anytime tomorrow.
Is this your Ring doorbell, Matt?
Why are we
Mate, this
looking at your security cameras?
No, I'm just showing you. There's a storm coming in. Actually, it's just died down a little bit. But anyway, we got some major winds coming in, dude. That's my backyard there, bottom right.
Couldn't tell.
What's with the barbecue collection? Jesus, you got 3 of them.
I know.
I'm an entertainer.
Why don't you just get a huge one of the big American-sized barbecues? Like,
Matt, you should see my deck. Holy shit.
You what?
His deck.
Oh, deck.
Deck. My patio.
You thought he said dick, but it was deck.
I'm not that drunk, mate. Just because you are doesn't mean I'm where you are.
that alcohol making Kelly look pretty nice there, man.
Seeing Kelly in a whole new light.
The more I drink, the less of the beard I see. See you later, Mel. Yeah, we got a storm coming in.
Thanks, whoever just said happy birthday. I appreciate you.
That was Stevie.
Robert, Stevie, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
So, wait, now put that back up, Matt. I want to see that Uniden system.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
There you go.
Now, obviously, this is going to. What do? You just log on via computer? Because I know it goes to your phone.
Yes, mate. Yeah, it's all going through the Wi-Fi. It's a wireless system completely. So, no wires. You just jam it into your eaves there, and off you go. And they're solar powered if you so want the solar panels with them. Yeah, go, as I said, and all the recordings, you can put an SD card in the cameras if you want. And that way it will record to your SD card as well as the cloud.
Thanks, Brent.
I have been at work and had a package delivered, and I can talk to the dude at the front door.
Well, the SD card thing is if you don't want to use like cloud, right? Like if you don't want to pay for it.
Yeah. Well, you do get a free cloud. You just have to renew it every month. So that's no big deal. So I do that anyway. How you going, Bob? You had another drink? Oh, he's gone.
How long do the batteries last?
About 3 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad. Before you have to recharge them?
Yeah, and just plug them in. They take a couple hours to recharge and then put them back up again, piece of piece.
That front bush is the only one kicking up at the front door.
Which one? That one there?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, well, these, if you look at the back there, these will go mental in a minute. We're just out a shitload of thunder, and we're going to get a crap load of wind soon, and then it will piss down. Now, I've just put my sheets out, my laundry, to dry over the pool fence there. Look, Justin, you know what? When I got into this smoking meat shit, I didn't know if I was really going to get into it, so I bought a Weber and blah 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 blah. Right. Next minute, I had it all going good, and I know how to set it up, get my meat fucking perfect. You know. Now, what happened was I was having a shitload of people over.
He likes smoked meat.
Yeah. So I was having a shitload of people over, and I thought, shit, I'm going to do a few styles here, you know. So I went out and just got a couple more, and then I got my big gas bastard there. That's like a 7-burner thing, huge thing. And I smoked up all these meats, all these people, and they love them. Now, and that's what I smoke my meats on now, because I've got it all now, and I know exactly how to set it up. Doesn't take me too long, and then I just smoke it all up and leave it. I really do want to have an offset smoker, though. That would be really nice.
Smoking meat is awesome, bro.
Mate, I love it.
I'm about to do another turkey here in a few days.
I'm gonna have some fun here.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. I like to smoke cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And
you ever smoke cock?
What's that?
You ever smoke cock?
Smoke what?
Chicken.
Oh, absolutely. Spatchcock them.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, is it good? Do you like it?
Oh, the best.
Yeah. Is it better when you're drunk? No.
Yep. Sure enough.
Actually, have you ever done it while you've been sober?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Always been drunk when I do them. No, I
when you smoke cock.
I kid. I've done them sober, and they're
yeah.
awesome.
I see Bob Casey pulled a Matt or a Jim. He was just out. He just left.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he doesn't give a damn. Chicken.
But back to smoking. I do like to smoke cheese, and I've actually smoked crackers.
You smoke crack?
Pretzels.
Yep.
I do like that. That's awesome.
So you smoke cock and crack. That's good.
Yeah. Smoke that shit. It's good, man. You don't, Matt, you don't know, bro. You don't know.
Don't know what. Did you hear that lightning then?
I did. Is it storming down there?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Well, you know, Matt's a pole smoker when he's got 3 Webers and a 7.
No, you've just missed the whole conversation here. We've been talking about smoking stuff here. And
I didn't miss a damn thing if you were talking.
Well, we just worked out that Kelly smokes cock and crack.
And he's getting a little bit tipsy over there.
No, I'm drunk. I'm telling you right now, I'm drunk.
But apparently, you've smoked the cock too when you're sober as well.
And the guy said, Kelly, what was it, about a half hour ago? Was it Robert Glazier? He goes, Kelly's falling asleep.
No, it may have looked that way, but I was just looking at my phone, looking at all the
happy
birthday shit going on my phone. So
no, he was looking at Uber and how he was going to get to McDonald's.
Funny thing, we got our very first Chick-fil-A in my hometown. So I was looking for an Uber to go to Chick-fil-A.
That's an expensive piece of friggin' chicken, man.
I know.
Yeah. DoorDash or something.
I have never been to Chick-fil-A. I don't know what to expect.
Chick-fil-A.
I'm never gonna go.
Chick-fil-A, honestly, it feels like restaurant style food, not fast food, because you get
it's good food.
Yeah, it's really good. It feels like they put it in like a to-go container. you know, from
Really?
like a restaurant, and it feels
Yeah.
like restaurant food.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel
I
like
have
fast
never.
food.
I ain't
It's
kidding you.
really good.
I have never been there. We just got one in my hometown, and I just don't know what to think about it. To me, it's just fast food.
And Chick-fil-A is anti-establishment or anti-woke too. You gotta
Well,
love them.
Maybe one day I'll check it out. I don't know.
No, but it's priced higher than others, but it's good food.
We'll see.
Like you wouldn't get a chicken nugget from them. You would get a real chicken tender. You know what I mean?
Is that- okay. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be real meat.
Sure.
Not that pressed chicken beaks and all
Right,
that shit
right.
that McDonald's sells with spices on it. Good God.
It's like the McRib. Everybody makes a big deal about the McRib every year. It's the same pressed patty that you can get in a banquet frozen dinner.
Yep.
It's the same exact rib patty that comes in a
So
banquet
if you
frozen
just
dinner.
take it out of the banquet dinner, throw it in a bun, you're good to go.
And
It's exactly the same meat.
There you go.
And throw the cake out. When you microwave the banquet dinner, you know, that cake always gets burnt to a crisp anyway. The hungry man.
Yeah, right.
Those hungry man dinners, you get a second wing this big.
Yeah. Where did Matt go?
He's got work being done because he's getting carpet throughout the house. So he keeps moving shit from room to room.
Oh.
So, you know how that is, right? So they can carpet one room and then he puts. Plus, he picked up a new TV that he's hanging. And what was the other thing? He's a pulse smoker.
Well, now
He's got the 3 Weber grills sitting there, the black ones, and then he's got a silver grill, which is it's above normal size, isn't it? That silver one you got?
Oh, the gas one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually no, it's an 8 burner. Yeah, big bastard.
Yeah.
Where's that one
and
at?
Rotisserie and all that. Have a go at this. All right, that's heavy as all shit. Look at the pool.
Yeah, it's not doing
My
nothing.
God, that's coming down hard, dude.
Oh,
What's
you need to
that
come to
thing by
Florida
your
if you
pool
think that's
there?
hard.
What is that thing by your pool? That cylinder thing against the wall.
Oh, that's
So
hot
what-
water.
It's a water heater. Outside. Don't you put your water heater outside?
No, we're not a bunch of savages in the U.S.
Savage. Have you got hot water over there?
Yeah, we keep it inside to stay hot.
So what
Well,
the
it
hell
doesn't
is
matter,
that?
But the good thing about this is how smart Australians are, because it's so fucking hot outside. You don't have to use electricity to warm it up.
If you go to the other side of his house, the toilet's on the other side.
The old shitter's on the other side, huh?
The old outhouse.
Is that a Prius? No, mate.
That is a tiny car, and Matt's like 6'2", 240, aren't you, Matt?
Well, I think it just
Yeah.
looks smaller because of the camera.
What
Yeah.
is that?
That's what she said.
That's a Chevy Cruze, basically. Same thing. Chevy
Well,
Cruze.
it should have been a Prius.
I've had that
Could
thing
you
for
see
10
Matt?
years, mate. Beautiful car.
Did you see Matt's big ass in a smart car? Jesus.
Those little cube ones. Have you seen them?
It would say "get out." If the car's smart, it would say "get out."
What's the deal, Matt? You turning off the cameras here?
Hey?
They don't have different views. You can't turn them.
No.
There's this one camera out. I saw it on Kickstarter. It will come down and it'll turn and all this other crap, almost like active tracking, but it's wired. And they only give you like a 10-foot cord. Now, How the hell are you supposed to wire that to the somewhere inside the house with a 10-foot cord?
I know. And this is why I wanted just a purely wireless system, because I didn't want to be running through my roof, run on wires here. Then it's got to go into a HD somewhere up in the where. Oh, fuck all that shit. I couldn't be bothered with it. How much is gas there? $2.07 a litre for my gas. It's probably around about $8 a gallon US.
Well, yeah, because it's 3.78 liters per gallon.
Something like that. Yeah.
Wait, answer Stevie's question here.
Is that a blow-up doll in the grass near the pool?
In the grass near the pool, a blow-up doll. Blow-up doll.
I'm not seeing it, but
yes, I see it. It's look at the left bottom left picture.
Right
that.
No, over the chair on the left
Capture
picture.
Life Connection says.
Well, that's not the.
Is that a blow-up doll?
Your bottom left picture, that gray blow-up doll over the back of the chair.
Cool. Capture Life Connection. Where exactly by the pool?
He's talking about the grass, mate, not the back of a chair.
Well, that's the hot tub, actually. The left picture is the hot tub.
Yeah, but
knowing
that,
it probably is a blow-up doll.
Well, mine's
Keep
usually
those out.
Why is your fence blue?
Yeah,
because it's very upset that it can't get in the pool.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's just dumb, man.
It was a dumb question, wasn't it? Thank you,
It
Kelly.
was.
That was a dumb answer. Why is the fence blue?
It was a dumb question, but it was a great answer.
There's no answer. There's no answer. This why you're a dickhead. There's no answer.
Wait. Go back to that. Kelly.
Yeah.
Did you paint your fence blue?
I don't have a fence.
This is classic. Matt shows his security cameras and they just rip his life apart.
I don't have a fence around my yard. If I did have a fence around my yard, it would be wood grain with a very little light stain and very natural looking.
Oh my God, he has to think about it.
Sounds like his pants.
It's a fence. Leave it alone.
That's right.
Put some Thompson's water seal on it and leave it alone.
Thank you.
I didn't paint the fence, mate. It's color bond.
But I don't need a fence, so you know what the hell.
Hey, our gas dropped to $3.20 a gallon because our president opened up the national reserves. Do you believe this shit?
I filled gas tonight in Bismarck at $2.89.
So
it is
that's
it is funny.
Let's go, Brandon.
Oh, did you see my picture on Facebook? I put one of the stickers on the gas pumps.
Did you? Did you really?
Oh, you did?
Oh,
I gotta pull that up.
It's on Facebook. I posted it like a day or two ago.
I need to get you on Facebook, man.
Now I gotta go.
Rob Glazier reckons you just pulled my neighbour up against the back,
Hey,
back window there.
Yes. Yeah. Request me on Facebook, would you?
Kelly, you can get these like 200 of them for
No,
like.
they're cheaper and shit.
Yeah.
I know. Request me on Facebook.
What's this request me shit?
Friend request.
Just get me on Facebook.
Do you want to be girlfriends?
Fuck no, Jim. Come on now.
Request me on Facebook. There he is.
There he is. Yes.
I did that.
What's your last name, Kelly?
That's excellent.
Dollinger. DOLLING.
I love that. That is funny as shit.
It is great.
I have got to get those stickers, man.
Are you in like a motorcycle outfit?
Yeah, with a big old veteran on the front patch.
Yeah. I got you. I just requested you.
All right. Oh, I got it. Justin
Does it have that back door flap on it?
We're good, man. Gotcha, bro.
Wow, I'm glad that's over with.
Oh, Jesus, Jim. Hey, Jim, I just got you on Facebook the other day, man. What are you complaining about?
You did?
Yeah.
That's odd. I don't usually do that stuff.
You requested me to be a friend on Facebook.
Oh, bullshit. I know that's a lie.
That shit.
I don't request anybody. Look.
Dude. Oh, motherfucker.
I'll show you. Look, here's birthdays. X. 2 girls from high school that never go back and look at your old high school girlfriends. I'll tell you that right now.
What's your last name, Jim?
Well, if you don't know it and you can't see it on the screen in front of you.
Come on, man.
Look at the screen right now that you're talking on.
It says Jim.
No. You see this big computer screen in front of you? Okay, fuck. That says James on it.
Look
at that. You don't see it. What kind of beer is that you're drinking? I got to hear some of that.
Mate,
a lot.
I'm just reading this shit here that's happening in.
You see that where it says James Boyd?
Where?
On my screen.
Yeah, there.
What
about there, man? Right there.
Yes, that's me.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like we're already friends on Facebook.
Well, we're frenemies.
Frenemies.
Frenemies. All right, Matt, what were you talking about?
What is all this shit at the top of Facebook? Oh, it's +9. What is this crap?
It's like new videos that people have posted. It's just saying if you want to watch them, it's giving you.
Somebody told me that you can hit this settings and privacy, and somewhere in here, you can download your entire. Steve Carpenter was talking about it because of that new Truth app coming out. You can download your everything you've ever put on this blessed fucking Facebook that remembers shit forever. Somehow you can get it out of here. Search? No, not search. See, look, these bastards keep track of your search history. Wow, man. I have really got to clear some cache out of Facebook.
Look at that.
What
All right.
the hell is this doing?
I got to roll. Still got shit to do. I just stopped for a beer. Had a gut full today already.
You say you got shit to do, but yeah, you're drinking.
Yeah. He's absolutely lying.
Well,
what are you doing?
Don't you drink beers while you're painting and cleaning up rooms and shit like that?
Yes, I do.
Explains why Matt paints over
real man
his
does.
Explains
That's what a man
why
does
Matt.
if he hasn't got, if he's not under the thumb, if he's not. That's what a real man does.
Have you seen Matt's paint job? He just paints over the light switches and fucking everything. He even admitted that to Mike one night when we were on the live.
That was the door hinges. Yeah.
Yeah. He said I just painted right over him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, that's just the way it is. I mean, and it was so neat around his too. That's the first thing that stood out to me.
Well,
he's painted around it.
You want it to look the same color as the wall, don't you?
Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want people to know that there's hinges holding my door up. I want to be visible.
Very unsightly. Yeah.
Magic. Look at what's happening here. The only problem is when you start painting too much with this acrylic shit, you can't close your fucking door because when it's dry, because it gets too thick. Funny shit.
No.
Anyway,
my God.
I'm gonna go fill this up and go do some more painting. Have a good one, fellas. You've been on for nearly 4 hours, Jim. 3 hours 39.
Oh man, we always go too long.
How's it too
Yeah, I'm
long,
gonna
mate?
jump on.
If there's people still watching, how's it too long?
It's never too long, man.
Well, I've got to jump off, Jim. Anyway, it's getting late over here.
Yeah, we're gonna knock it off.
Yeah, you're starting to get bags under your eyes, Justin.
Well, I got you and Kelly need to go lay down. So
no shit, I'm good to go.
I'm not.
I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm partying.
I don't lay down with anyone who smokes.
Smokes meat. Smokes meat.
Yeah, or crack.
Meat. Ain't no smoking crack here. Shit.
No, sniffing crack's fine. All right, I've got to go. Have fun.
I'll see you guys all later. I'll see everybody in the chat later.
Bye.
Take care, man.
Bye.
Have fun smoking meat, mate. Oh, I think.
What did he do?
Oh, Jim, they all left, man.
There's a thing on here to make that scroll. He always yelling at me that I don't end these things properly. So I'm saying good night, all. All right, Kelly.
You taking off, Jim?